Making my own adventures and worlds has always been one of my favorite parts of TTRPGs. I love the process of coming up with unique locations, designing NPCs, and asking all those what-if questions about the world and its culture. When we started High Rollers 10 years ago, one of the best parts for me was getting to share the worlds and adventures I made, not just with my best friends at the table, but with a whole community who could theorize about the lore and envision their own stories in that universe. With Altheya, I wanted to share a world that encapsulates the things about fantasy that I first fell in love with 25 years ago. Something that evoked those teenage years staying up late to play World of Warcraft, reading Dragonlance, and watching Record of Lodoss War. A world of high fantasy that is full of hope and glory, somewhere bright and bold, but still full of danger and intrigue, not too grimdark, not too cozy, not overly serious or too whimsical, something that felt quintessentially fantasy, but with its own unique twists and mysteries, along with plenty of opportunities for over-the-top action and exciting adventures. This is a time of stories. This is Altheya. But what sort of specific things can you expect from the campaign guide itself?
In Altheya, the Dragon Empire, you can learn all about the history of the Dragon Empire of Ilmera, as well as each of its provinces: Cauldra, Gildai, Mistwold, Urdaskir, Iceheart, the Azar Steppe, and the Suncrest Isles. Each one ruled over by a different dragon host and a powerful archdragon, which has influenced not only the culture and lifestyle of the people, but the very land itself.
Dragons in Altheya are a little different to the core D&D worlds. All 7 dragon types are capable of being good or evil, have powerful innate magic, and the ability to adopt a humanoid form. Some dragons have different kinds of energy and magic to what you may know too, such as the green dragon's focus on life and healing, or the silver dragon's powers of divination and foresight.
But the Dragon Empire isn't all about dragons. You'll also learn about the various ancestries of Altheya, as well as the towns, villages, and cities found throughout each province and the important NPCs living in them. You'll learn about organizations such as the ruthless criminal guild The Diadem, or the secretive former espionage agency Watchtower, and get lots of suggestions and hooks for your own campaigns.
And there are plenty of opportunities for adventure in the Empire, from dealing with planar cults and political intrigue to exploring ancient proto-magi vaults, demi-planar dungeons that can appear anywhere in a myriad of forms and functions, full of unique magic items and spells, as well as dangerous and terrifying monsters called Vault Spawn.
Alongside all the lore, maps, locations, and adventure ideas, there's also a ton of 5e compatible game content too. Brand new subclasses like the Order of the Green Shield Druid and Path of the Blood Fury Barbarian. New monster stat blocks like the horrific Bellamorphs and Cultists of the Awoken. Optional variant rules like the Crucible of Fate, and tons of new magic items.
Including rules for the rare and corrupting metal called Crown Steel.
This really is a dream come true for me, and I can't wait to share the world of Altheya and the Dragon Empire with all of you. The campaign is live now. Help us make Altheya the Dragon Empire the best campaign ever and unlock more rewards with stretch goals. Check the link below to back it now. Oh, welcome everybody! It's a special Altheya the Dragon Empire sponsored one-shot! That's right, welcome to High Rollers. We are going to be taking you through the world of Altheya in this very, very special sponsored one-shot, sponsored by our wonderful friends Roll and Play Press. This is going to be your introduction to the world of Altheya and show you what this amazing Kickstarter has to offer, including some brand new behind the scenes of things still being worked on as we speak. I am your GM, Mark/Mara Humes. And joining me, I have... We've got Chris Trott.
Hi.
Kim Richards. Hi. We also have on the other side... Oh, it's the Chaos Twins. Tom Hazel and Rhiannon Frost.
I'm not hiding behind anything.
Who allowed this?
You're not hiding behind nothing. Welcome, everybody. We're super excited to do this one. You might be familiar with our main campaign, Altheya the Dragon Empire. We are today playing brand new characters in a brand new part of the world in a completely separate one-shot. So if you've ever wanted somebody to get into high rolls, you want to show them the world of Altheya, but they don't want to have to watch 100 and something episodes or 90 something episodes of High Rollers, this is the best place to do it. And we're going to be taking you through all this fun stuff. Doesn't that sound fun, everyone?
That sounds
Very
really fun.
so much fun.
I'm here to have fun.
We're here to have fun.
I demand we have fun.
But I think that is all I need to say in terms of sponsorships and things like that. Once again, thank you to Roll and Play Press
Yes.
for not only sponsoring this video, but working with us on this incredible book as well. There is a link in chat and also a QR code in the bottom right. I can never go.
There it is.
Which one
Down
is it?
there.
Bottom right.
Scan it.
You can scan that QR code, but there will also be a link in chat and a link in the video description to go and check that out as well. And yeah, I think apart from that, shall we dive into it?
Let's deep dive.
Into the world of Altheya, the Dragon Empire. Ooh. The world of Altheya is a broad land, broad place with many different places and legends and stories. But the Dragon Empire of Ilmera is where we find ourselves today. On its northern edge, snow-dusted mountains, wide open tundra. From the coast, an ice diver bird flies along, careening, following the dainty fishing boats and the hunters out on the tundra looking for pelts and furs and fresh meats to warm their longhouses and homes. The bird begins to travel inland for a brief period, and we follow it as we become the wind. We careen through mountains and ravines until we come to the majestic city of Kalon, the cosmopolitan capital of the province of Iceheart. Nestled between the frigid mountains, the spectacular palace of the archdragon Necraesa rises like crystal sculptures above the bustling and more humble town of snow-covered roofs and welcoming wooden stone buildings that make up the bulk of the city. In fact, I can show you Kalon City right here.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
I like that, I do. It's nice.
You have all been contacted or perhaps hired by Raker Posyclaw, a considerate of the palace of the Archdragon itself, to take some much-needed supplies to an academia research station up in the northern mountains of the Collar. They have asked you to meet them at Devotion's Cocoa and Coffee before heading out. Devotion's is a popular place right off the city's primary central market area. It's a bustling hub of traders and business, not all of it legitimate, but most of it up to standard and up to authority. The large open chamber has a big round central fireplace and it illuminates heat and vision throughout this place. The cold air of Iceheart not quite settling into this place, for Kalon is nestled in between these mountains, which blocks most of that icy wind. But it is still a cold and frigid place, and so devotion keeps the fire stoked, keeps it warm. There are booths and tables scattered all over the place, and we see that the doorway opens. Maybe we see just a little light flurry of snow outside, still just beginning to settle on the main market square, as I believe that the first to arrive is a rather tall and perhaps standing out in this climate, a orc from the province of Caldra. Rhiannon, could you tell us who you're playing and describe them for us, please?
Yeah, so I am playing Flo. Flo is, a very tall, imposing orc, and I'm playing a pact of the Archdragon Warlock.
Which is one of our new subclasses.
Yeah. So because Flo is from Caldra, she's wearing these glorious reds and golds that represent her Archdragon, Princess Infernia. She has mossy green skin, and she has quite a large sort of muscular build, especially in her arms and her shoulders. Her upper body is really just very robust. She has a long shaggy brown hair that she keeps shaved down at the sides, so quite bald at the sides. She wears a red and gold breastplate, which she is very proud to say she forged herself, and she wears that under a thick hide blacksmith's apron. Her upper arms are free of clothing. They're all open to the elements, and I think that's because maybe her core runs slightly warmer because of her pact.
Yeah, totally makes sense. Like that, you have not felt the biting chill of Iceheart. Surely in harsher, more harmful cold situations you might struggle, but here in just the cold temperament, that pact kind of keeps you centrally warm.
Cool. And then down her right arm, she has this crisscrossing, glowing, silvery scar called a visceral mark that has like these deep, almost Xing hatches down her arm. And as she walks, her blacksmith tools around her belt sort of jingle and clink and clank, and her face is really friendly. She has these big protruding tusks from her lower jaw, and in between them suspended is a big cigar which illuminates her face with this really warm orange light.
And the smoke really doesn't seem to be out of place, and the central fire, the roof of Devotions is quite this heady, quite thick smoke. It's almost incensed. There's a smell of roasted coffee and chocolate in the air, and so your cigar smoke kind of like just drifts up and joins in with this kind of haze that sits above the entire place. You, Flo, have been called here. You were originally going to head up to this research station as you'd been contacted as a metallurgist expert. Apparently there's been some strange metals found up there, and being a consort and a companion of Princess Infernia, you were sort of invited up there to go and investigate. And you had reached out to this Raker Posyclaw to seek, directions and figure things out. And so you had made your way here. What do you do when you sort of enter into this sort of homely and quite dimly lit coffee house, basically?
Yeah, I imagine Flo would look for a nice big comfy chair, sort of stomp her way over, and ask maybe for a cool drink to refresh her a little bit.
Yeah, you see the serving girl, who is a young dwarven woman. Her earth skin kind of protruding from her neck has been fashioned into these like iron hoops, and then she's decorated, sort of with chains that kind of stick out. She sort of laughs. Cold drink, you say? And I'm sure we can do something like that.
Thank you. Yes, please. Yes.
I'll let the boss know. And she calls it Devotion. A cold drink. And he sort of is like, a cold drink. This tiefling. He's this tiefling with like purple skin, big sort of black mustache that's kind of cooled around, kind of little goatee beard, I guess, and sort of goes about it as they run off to fetch your drink. As you're sat there enjoying your cigar and eventually a sort of iced, fresh ice cubes brought in, probably cut from some icicle off of somebody's longhouse.
Amazing.
You're sitting there sipping it. The door opens once again, and this time 2 figures enter. Perhaps they've traveled together, or perhaps they've only just met up in the city. But I think who out of Tom and Kim would be the first to enter this building? All right.
Kim would be.
Okay, sure. So Kim, would you describe your character and tell us who you're playing?
Yeah, so I think the door will be opened by a short, squat dwarf. She has tanned skin and very lustrous black hair that has been tied into a top knot with long plaits kind of flowing down underneath that. She perhaps has hastily purchased an overcoat or something from the local area, because otherwise she's not suitably dressed from Iceheart, being from the Suncrest Isles. So underneath a kind of, I guess, a fur overcoat or something like that, you would see flowing fabrics in a kind of assault of colours, of oranges, yellows, reds, accents of blue and green. And being a dwarf herself, she has the earth skin traits, and that manifests in her as jade kind of growing up her arms that has been beautifully carved into kind of spiraling bracelets going up her wrists and her forearms, and they're covered in golden runes for luck, for prosperity. And she seems like a very open, happy, kind of like probably endlessly chattering to Tom's character, kind of just like narrating everything that's happening around.
And just for those of you who may not be familiar, dwarves in the world of Altheya, they have this condition called earth skin, or perhaps a blessing or a curse to some, where they cause minerals and metals to grow out of their body, and as they age, they actually eventually turn into that metal and become that metal entirely, organs, bones, the whole works. So for you, it manifests Lucky Jade as these jade bangles that kind of carve around. And just for the purposes, I know we obviously, just to let the audience know, what class and subclass are you playing?
Yeah, so I am playing a Warrior of Secrets monk.
Which is another one of our subclasses in the book. And we'll learn more about what they do later on. Following behind this dwarf, however, we see a different figure.
Yes,
I think.
Quite a tall, purple-skinned, blue-haired tiefling. Who is wearing a very scholarly outfit with a rapier at their side, as well as various books and what seems like a deck of cards on his belt as well. Is what you would see had he not covered himself in furs and leathers and things to also
like
try
walking
to...
in.
Yeah, just like rubbing his hands, and there's a cold breath coming out of him. Could I request one of your hottest of chocolates at your earliest convenience, please?
Oh, make that too!
So
Two hot chocolates.
as the two of you come in, and this is...
And I'm playing Kismet,
Yes.
which High Rollers fans may recognise from our Daggerheart one-shot, converted into D&D.
and you are a wizard.
I am a wizard. I am playing the... what is it called? Blade Singer,
Yes.
which is a 2024 subclass.
Yeah, perfect.
Yes.
But as you step in, does Kismet wear glasses? I can't remember.
Oh, he's got slightly little glasses.
Glasses, got the little princess
forgot about
glasses.
those.
So they're all like fogged up, like having come in from the cold into this warm.
Every breath out, it just fogs up again and then dissipates.
You definitely see like 2 of the best hot chocolates in the house. Absolutely, best in Iceheart, best you can get. Come in, take a seat. Come in, get out of the cold. Close the door.
Lucky, I'm going to head over to the fire.
I'm joining you.
Okay.
I'm really glad we bought these coats. I think we got ripped off a little bit.
We
but
almost
that's
certainly
okay.
got ripped off,
Yeah.
but I needed it.
Yeah.
So the two of you make your way in and take a seat by the fire. Flo, you've seen these 2 strange arrivals. Kind of like you, they are very out of place in this town. As you do, I think that you hear a sort of little voice, like kind of peep up, like, "Hello, hello, excuse me. And she kind of comes over, and you see a wild heart girl, a cat. She's mostly humanoid, so she has just the little kitty ears and a little kitty tail kind of poking out from behind. She otherwise has like a short brown bob, and is dressed almost like a bit of a secretary. Like she has like a little tight pencil skirt on. She has like a belt with several pouches, and is a knapsack with like a ledger, and has like a quilled pen stuck behind one of her cat ears, sort of bundled into her hair to keep it in place. And she's just like, would you happen to be, I do apologise for the name, is it Floric? Floric, yes.
Flo for short, if you would.
Flo, yes. I was told to expect you. I'm so sorry, I've only just sort of arrived. We're still waiting unless, excuse me, would you be Professor Kismet of the Academia?
Yes, of the Academia, yes. All the way from Kelskaris.
Yes.
Frigid journey, it must be said.
Oh, wonderful. And this must be, you must be, is it Miss Jade or Priestess, Sister Jade?
Oh, just call me Lucky.
Lucky, all right, very well. I'm Raker Posyclaw. I'm the one who sort of contacted some of you about the research station.
Raker, it is lovely to meet you. Apologies, I'm normally in much better garb than this.
No. In Iceheart, we always have a saying, there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothes, and you've made the right choice, I think. I'm surprised. Are you quite all right there?
Oh, I'm perfectly fine, yes. I'd love to meet you. Your big hand comes to give you a big...
Oh, that's very warm. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. It's like you're carrying a heat stone on you or something like that. Oh, that's wonderful.
It's my princess. She keeps me warm. She's with me all the time.
Well, wonderful. Well, I actually have, we're just sat over in a booth over there. I have the guide who will hopefully be taking you up to the research station over with us. I should just give you a bit of a heads up. They're a little strange, but I'm told that they're very, very good.
Strange how? Strange
Well, I think best
personality?
you come and meet them.
I've met some strange people in my time.
You're pretty strange.
I love meeting people.
I am pretty strange, yes. Lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you, big
Flo.
warm handshake.
I'm not
Lovely to
letting go.
meet you.
That's very warm. Can I have a hug?
You may. I love a hug.
God, yes.
Bring it in.
It's Lucky trying to
Amazing.
sneak into this hug at this
Jade was trying to shake the other hand, because as soon as she heard
Always
warm...
room for one more. Come on,
let's
bring
have
it
I will
in.
never get used to this cold.
So the sort of three of you waddle behind Raker as she sort of leads you the way. You notice that she's not wearing particularly thick or warm clothes, but she does have a necklace with a slightly glowing, like red glowing stone that seems to be keeping her in good temperature, basically. And she leads you over into a corner where there is a large sort of, not quite private room, but private booth. And you immediately see the figure that she was referring to. Chris Trott, would you tell us what you're playing and describe them for me,
I'd say
please?
just as you round the corner, kind of bursting out of this booth, flying towards you, about 3 feet tall, is...
They're big.
Okay. 5 feet tall.
Right.
They're not tiny,
size.
they're big.
No.
Oh, yes. No, you're right. Yes. Sorry.
Tall.
Okay.
Is a fluffy white moth with big black buggy eyes.
It makes more sense now, yes.
Right up to you guys. Just goes right up to each one of you, inches away from your face.
It's okay.
Buzzing around like
It's
crazy.
friendly, I think.
If there's any light sources on you, it's kind of like dinking against those.
I think I recognise one of these creatures, actually. Maybe I don't, actually. I don't have a book on this.
We're so fluffy. It's so cute.
It's very cute. It's got like an oversized head and a tiny body and little tiny fluttery wings.
Lovely to meet you.
It
Our guide.
does some clicks, and then it turns around and zips back into the booth towards a large silhouette and rests on that silhouette's shoulder.
Was that our guide?
No, is it Mr. Tenska? I'm not quite sure of what to refer to you as.
At the table, you see the upper half
We're all like peeking around the booth.
of what can only be described as an oversized stag beetle.
Okay.
Probably 6 foot tall, bipedal stag beetle.
Hulking upper body form, very round, kind of like a juggernaut-sized and shaped head.
What kind of horn?
It's got a long, thin horn that forks into a little U shape at the top, and that's kind of quite close to the ceiling.
Right.
So he's kind of like stooped at
Kind
the
of
moment.
hunched a little.
He's also hunched because he's looking down with his beady eyes at a mug of hot chocolate. You see not his main big hulking arms. These are just resting either side. There are two other arms. Tiny arms. One is swirling a tiny spoon inside. It dinks on the end, brings it up to its face region. A little tongue comes out, licks it. There's a 10.
I'm going to lean back, look at, is it Reika?
Reika, yeah.
I think you have a bug problem.
No. I appreciate that I'd never met a dynastian myself before. They're quite rare. Dynastian, yes. They're quite rare. They're from another land, I'm told. Some are born here, but most of them come from another land. But this is it Mr. Tensk? Or is it just Tensk?
He reaches down with not his upper arms again. It's the other one that's not holding the spoon, the tiny little spindly arm. And there's a tiny little flip book, which is just pieces of paper which have a hole punch in the top right corner and a bit of thread. He flicks through. Each of them are just a different bold colour. This one's green. And yes, mister.
This is Mr. Tensk, the guide that we mentioned. I told that he's very, very good.
Mr. Tensk, a dynastian. Yes?
Yes.
Ooh, you're a big fella.
And where are you from?
I came from a boat.
A boat.
A boat.
A boat.
Lovely to meet you.
The whole table is like pushed back.
He stands up. Again, he is tall. He has to stoop to get his horn in.
And there's this thick carapace just completely surrounding this dynastian.
You hear some weird clicks and those kind of noises as he comes towards you, leans over.
Oh, by the saints and scions!
Yeah. So it doesn't have to lean that far down, and offers his small hand to you.
This is going to be the best handshake ever.
The other two are quite proudly behind his back as he puffs out his chest.
And the little grip hand, and he's very warm actually. This orc's woman is very, very warm to touch.
He flicks through his book to a red, very warm.
Is it good? Is it a good warm? I can pull away. Is good warm?
Goes back to green.
What is the name of your moth companion?
Zest.
Zest.
Me,
Amazing.
Zest.
And Tensk is a ranger.
Yes.
A Beastmaster Ranger.
Beastmaster Ranger, hence the moth that rests, perches on his shoulder.
Aww.
Well, wonderful. We're all sort of gathered here. So if I, perhaps I'll fetch a sort of round of drinks, you can sort of have a quick chat, and then I can get to the business of the directions up to the research centre, up to the research station. All right?
Fantastic, thank you.
Very good. Reiko kind of toodles off, her little tail kind of flicking behind her as she goes off to order a bunch of drinks and hot chocolates and coffees and things like that, leaving you all for a little moment amongst each other.
So, Mr. Tensk,
Tensk is sitting back down.
You
He's sniffing around the table, licking crumbs.
So you came from across the sea
Green. Yes.
to Iceheart, and you know your way around Iceheart?
Orange. Yes.
Don't sound confident. You know your way around.
I have skills.
You have skills. Skills are good.
I can figure this out.
You can figure this out.
Yes.
How long have you been?
You also notice, and you may not have noticed it before, one of his big arms is sign languaging at the same time. So if you understand common sign language, he is saying emotions with this hand.
Oh my God, I actually do.
Yeah, so you know that he is talking to you calmly. There's a little bit of uncertainty, but back to calm. But it's also matching the colours on his little flip book.
Right, okay.
Happy and calm, it's like a green. If it gets more like heat or hot, it gets red. It kind of adapts to the scenario.
Okay, so is it that your tone is also just very
Monotonous.
level? Right, okay.
Completely monotonous. You can't tell from his face or anything.
I was going to say that's like the thing. When you look at these things, it is a giant bug. Like there is no movement of the cheeks or eyebrows. There's nothing to really base it on. So all of this is being conveyed through this sign language in the little coloured book with this giant. And for the rest of you, and I imagine for Kismet, you are a scholar, Flo and Lucky Jade as well. Dynastians, you have probably heard of them, but it's you probably have never seen one, or maybe you did, but it was once years and years and years ago at a distance. They are exceptionally rare. There are a couple that are born in the Empire and raised here and things like that, but most of them have come over from another land called Stridia. And you don't know much about them other than I imagine that there have been a couple of famous dynastians, like famous mercenaries and famous knights. They do seem to be rather tough and capable beings, but they are famously known for being exceptionally competitive. Normally with each other or people that are in their field of expertise. If you would fight a dynastian warrior, they would, they'd relish a fight and a challenge. But there are also dynastian smiths and cooks and painters and sculptors, but they are so aggressively competitive with each other to the point where, two sculptors who are arguing over who's the best will probably get into a horn clash, basically like fight with each other over who's the best sculptor.
Amazing.
So that's kind of what you know about them, but they're very, very rare, very rarely seen. But those that are generally tend to make a bit of a name for themselves. So.
Beady black eyes.
Is there anything you'd like to know about us?
No,
No. Okay.
we must go.
Now, my hot chocolate hasn't arrived.
My drink's still full.
They are worth your time. They are 10.
There are 10. Okay,
10,
so
that's good to
we'll
know.
leave in 10 minutes?
One moment. He puts down his colour book and he gets out a little tiny scroll case that's about literally 2 inches wide.
Sure.
Pops the end, puts it down delicately, unfurls a tiny scroll, and on it you can see lots of establishment names, and they have star ratings on them. He starts writing down
Devotions, cocoa and coffee.
Hot chocolate, 10.
Okay. You've
Scrolls it and rolls it back.
Is there anything from Cascaris on there?
You might have noticed, well, it's up to you.
Yeah, I think that you've probably travelled to Kelskaris, but you ate at a little local restaurant. Why are you looking at me like you want me to come up with the name of a place?
I didn't mean Kelskaris. What I actually meant
You meant
was
it's Ashen Rest.
and I meant a latte fun.
A latte fun.
Like, imagine his little scrolls are per region.
So this is the ice
This
heart
is the
one.
ice
Oh,
one.
okay.
Okay, there you go. Perfect. So very shortly, Reka returns. The dwarven serving girl has brought fresh coffees and things like that around. Perhaps a few pastries and bits and pieces. Reka said, "So, as I understand it, Mr. Tensk, I've hired Mr. Tensk as a guide to take you up there, and you all have your own business. I know that Professor Kismet, you're sort of representing the academia.
That's right, as an arcane scholar of the Fourth Circle.
Oh my goodness, I don't really know what that means, but it sounds very impressive.
No one knows what it means.
Everyone knows what it means in Kelskaris. Everyone knows what it means.
I'm sure. Well, you are an honoured guest, and of course, I perhaps wondered. I know that you all have your own business for heading up there, but if you might consider taking some additional supplies with you, the people that I normally hire to take supplies up to the research station, well, they've all taken another big job for one of the other merchants, and they're getting quite desperate for supplies up there. I was wondering if you might consider taking some supplies up to the researchers.
No consideration needed.
Well, I would
happy to
pay
do
you, of
it.
course. I'm sure we could arrange a payment, a fee for the troubles of taking the supplies up there.
I'm just happy to do a service. If I'm helping you, then that's good enough for me.
That's exceptionally kind of you, Flo. Thank you.
I'm
Yes.
overwhelmed with joy.
Excellent.
Many supplies, many tastes.
Well, I can't speak for I can speak for myself and Lucky, but we don't have a wagon or anything like that. How many supplies are you hoping we take?
Well, enough. It is a few days' journey away from here through the mountains, so it is something of a journey for yourselves. I would recommend certainly procuring your own supplies and travelling equipments and things like that. But I could try and pack it down to. I mean, it would be somewhat considerable. A small sled's worth.
Small sled. We can do small sled. Small sled.
I think that's perfectly manageable.
Yeah.
If there was going to be a fee, would you consider making a donation to the Church of Malia?
Well, how about I offer the four of you a payment? You can divide it up as you see fit, and then you can do with it as you wish. How about that?
I think that sounds perfectly wonderful.
Well, I'm prepared to offer 500 gold for the group, not individually, but I could provide some of that as an advance if you would like to buy some supplies and things like that.
See that being helpful?
Yes.
That'd be helpful, yeah.
You will have to sign a small little waiver, unfortunately. Any outings from the Arcane University, I have to log all of my spendings, my earnings, my inventory, that which I lose.
I can handle all of that. That's really not a problem.
Got in trouble last time for...
Yes, of course. Would it be all right to do that when you return?
Yeah. It's really on a day-by-day basis. They're very strict there.
If you have the forms with you, I can do them now. It's absolutely fine. Also, I have been authorized. I'm not sure who best to hand this to, but because the mountains are a little bit dangerous, we do have a system in place that whenever we send out anybody on any sort of official business, we do try and provide them. This is from Her Majesty the Archdragon personally. I do have a rather powerful potion of healing I can provide to someone, but it is only the one, so I don't know who best to entrust with it.
The guide.
Yes, unless anybody has any objections.
Guide makes sense.
There you are.
Zest will go and collect it.
Kind of flies over, snatches it up in his little claws.
There's like definitely like clicking and that sort of communication going between the two.
Yeah, perfect. Well, there you go. You can have that. That is one of the special Altheya potions of healings that I do, where it heals quite a considerable amount. But they are quite rare, so don't expect to be buying potions of healing and things like that. She's like, well, let me give you the details then. The research station itself is called Frost Breach Station. It's about 4 days travel north into the collar. The head researcher there, another academia fellow, I think, not quite 4th circle, I believe, perhaps only 3rd, Timothy Kettlecopper.
Timothy
Kettlecopper.
Do I actually recognise that name?
I think that you would actually, Kismet. You know that Timothy Kettlecopper, not a very powerful mage, but very knowledgeable scholar who specialises in proto-magi materials. Not necessarily the artifacts or the spells or anything like that. Specialises in what the vaults are made of, these strange, alien, exotic, magical materials. Timothy has written several theses and sort of advisory guides for adventurers and things like that.
Okay.
Now I can provide I can provide Mr. Tensk with a rough map, but these mountains with the snow and everything, passes get blocked, things get cut off. You may need to improvise and figure out your way there, but I can give you rough directions in a map for it, Mr. Tensk.
No need.
Are you sure?
No need.
If you have a map, I personally would love to have a map.
Yes, well, here you are, Mr.
Thank you.
Yes. She hands you it's kind of like a loose outline of the Northern Collar Mountains with a sort of guided route through it, but you can see that there's multiple passes. It'd be very easy for like snowfall to block one. You're going to have to find your way around, so it's not exactly a clear-cut path the way through. But she hands that over to you, Kismet, no problem.
Not to discredit your skills, Mr. Tensk, just, to know is better than...
He's flicking through the colours.
Oh, no.
Green.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay. Well, is there any other questions or things you would like to know, or... Yes, Mr.
Puts up a tiny hand. Our agreement.
Yes.
A taste.
Of?
Yourself.
Oh, yes, I had quite forgotten about that. I suppose it is part of the agreement.
No.
What do you rate the Wild Heart arm?
He puts notes down.
Okay.
And doesn't reveal.
Doesn't reveal, okay.
Personal information.
Yes, of course. Well, this was part of your payment and agreement for being the guide, so yes.
Sorry, what are the terms of this?
Now, the agreement was not that you can request from them, Mr. Tensk, but I could not provide consent for the three of them.
Is this a cultural thing or part of our contract, or... Hello?
You wish to be tasted.
I believe that is the question. Do you wish to be tasted?
Particularly by someone I've just met.
Very well.
Normally it takes a meal, but,
Jade.
Yes.
Jade.
Yes.
Never tasted. Must.
Right. Well, I suppose we better get this over and done with.
Oh, forgive me. He reaches into one of his many pockets and pouches
the
and that
feeling
sort of
he has
thing.
lots of that, yeah.
He has a little ID card, which has got his little face on it, and it shows that he's an accredited taste tester.
Right.
This is a very formally writ, Trot calls it an ID card. It's like a little writ of sort of declaration that's been attached to like a little necklace. And it shows that Tensk, and what's your title? Sip Sage is an accredited food taster for a dragon noble that you've not heard of from the Azar Steppe, one of the blue dragon nobles. And he is he is a member of that dragon sort of court and was employed as the taste tester, the food tester, and has several other credits from restaurants, from merchants, like wealthy merchants.
Testimonials.
Testimonials.
That he has served as service as a taste tester.
That's amazing.
Okay, I need to know, before we carry on with this delicious RP, how much of this is Chris Trot and how much of this is Mara?
Most of this.
Okay, there we go.
I gave him the skeleton and he just went to town with it.
Yeah,
The exoskeleton.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I suppose in the name of Melia.
Before you reach your hand out, he is next to you, just like.
What a curious sensation.
It's a very soft, quite nice and warm, little like gentle. It's quite
Very gentle.
gentle. He just gets like the hint of a taste, and that's enough to send his neurons firing. Oh, that's all you get.
Positive? Green card? Red card?
I cannot reveal.
Well, not that I want to interrupt such important business, but it probably would be a good idea to begin your journey before it gets too late in the day, and the researchers are quite dependent on these supplies and all the business. If you are making the journey, I would highly recommend you go and think about what supplies you're taking yourselves and
Yes,
things like that as
absolutely.
well.
Where'd be the best place to go for those?
Oh, there's a place not too far from here, Cooks & Co.'s Supplies and Sundries. It's just by the gate as you head up into the northern mountains.
Perfect.
Cook & Co.'s Supplies and Sundries.
Takes a big swig of a drink. Well, this is lovely. I wish we could stay longer.
I wish I could stay in the warmth for longer, yes, but we have to head down to that station. Yes, I've looked into Timothy's works before. Haven't had the time to read it fully in depth, but some curious works in there indeed. Some wild theories, it has to be said, some of which immediately discreditable. The other stuff, though, well, yeah, you've got to throw out some crazy theories every now and then to really strike at the truth,
Especially the old Proto-Magi vaults involved,
yes.
It turns out the world of academia is very treacherous.
Tell me everything.
Yes, well, actually, first, before we do head off, if you could sign those approvals I was talking about.
I'm just finishing them up, Professor.
Like I said, last adventures in Kelskaris did not quite go to plan, despite the wonderful promotion it granted me. I am under heavy scrutiny for some basic mistakes that I made regarding provisions, finances, and allies.
Tensk is already walking away.
Okay, perfect.
Kind of out the door. He's got a tiny little stick. Digitrade.
Bug legs. Bug legs.
Sticks for legs. He's like waddling out.
So he's mostly shoulders and torso. Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
Hollow Knight style.
Yeah.
Very Hollow Knight.
On the way out, he notices a couple of pieces of wood beams that he hasn't tasted that wood type before, so he's kind of like drive-by licking.
Now that's an interesting thing, Tensk, because as you taste that wood, as you're sort of making your way to this northern gate, you pass down and you see a bit of wall that you've not tasted before. And as you do, you sort of, as you step back, you realise it has a strange taste. And as you step back, you realise that somebody has taken some purple paint and have painted some strange words and symbols on it. You see that it shows a purple, very long-fingered hand with an eye in the palm, and written around it, it says, "Their power awaits you. The Violet Cabal calls you," is what it says. And you see that as you're... And the paint does not taste nice. It tastes very bad.
Okay.
All right.
He will recoil at that a little bit, take that in, say curious in a monotonous voice, and then walk out.
At this point, I imagine the rest of you, sort of your forms are being filled in, so you sort of come out and see tents kind of looking puzzled into this alleyway, I imagine.
Provisions, yes?
I gesture with two of my right arms at this painting on the wall.
Oh! Strange branding for a coffee shop, wouldn't you say?
It's a bit off-brand.
Bad taste profile.
This is definitely like a few streets down and sort of attached to a different building, but yes.
I hadn't realised we'd walked so far.
It's like a couple of buildings down. It's not far.
So it's a long purple hand.
With
purple
an eye
digits
in the
hand with an eye in the centre. Do I recognise it?
Very long digits. Give
Or
me...
is it Violet Cabal?
Yeah, give me it will be a high DC Arcana, but before that, Tom
Arcana.
Hazel, there is something we need to roll first, because I wanted to do the character introductions first.
Yes.
One of the brand new mechanics that we introduced in Altheya, the Kickstarter, this is a variant rule you can use for your home games. It's called the Crucible of Fate, and this is a system where we generate a pool of D6s, a pool for players and a pool for the GM, and then players can spend them to give themselves bonuses on ability checks, saving throws, attack rolls, maybe to interject a little bit of creativity into a scene, or to ask the GM to make some sort of accommodation, whereas the GM can spend them to power monsters' abilities, to add complications to successful ability checks and that sort of thing. So we do this by everybody rolls a d6, and on a 1 to a 3, you add a point to my side of the pool, and on a 4, 5, 6, you add a point to your pool. What do we get?
Deuces.
Oh, a 2?
Yeah.
That's a point for me.
I got a 4.
Well, that's a point for you.
Yes.
Trez.
Oh, a lovely another one for me.
2.
A lovely another point for me.
Okay.
Getting stacked up on fate on the GM side.
And your roll.
And then a 2.
Okay.
2s.
So it's a, what is that?
4.
Plenty. 4 for the GM.
Oh,
One for us.
Yes.
A little sliver of fate.
So, why don't you roll me that Arcana?
Yes.
Or I would allow History, but it is going to be a very high DC on both.
I will.
Anybody can make that roll.
So I have the same number for both, but I'm going to go with history, and I will also be flicking through my notebook as well of sigils and things. I'm not going to use fate for this roll, but I did get an 18.
An 18.
I don't know if that's enough, but
5.
2 minus 1. 1.
I got 1.
22.
22.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
so
damn.
I'm actually going to say, Kismet, you have not heard of this, even with an 18.
Okay.
This is clearly, for Kismet, this is like some joke, some stupid people trying to think that they're mages, but probably just a bunch of charlatans or something like that. Flo, you can tell me how you would know this. You think of a reason why you would know this. You recognize that it's less so the name or the symbol itself. It's kind of a combination of everything. The very long-fingered hand is very alien, very unusual, and that phrase of "their power awaits you," their power, and this isn't part of the religion, this isn't part of the Saints and Scions faith of Altheya, this isn't referring to the dragons, clearly. This certainly isn't anything to do with the Empress. You have a suspicion that this is somehow related to the Proto-Magi. And you have heard that there are groups of people who almost practically worship these ancient magical beings that, tried to fight the gods and caused all sorts of destruction and left behind these magical vaults. They sort of worship the Proto-Magi. And you kind of get a feeling this is somehow connected to them.
Yeah, I feel like as Flo sees it, maybe like her Vistal mark on her arm like flares up. And it's like a memory from one of like her ancestors recalls in her mind. And she's like, oh, this is from Proto-Magi vaults.
is that so?
Yes.
Interesting.
Tensk, do you know of any Proto-Magi vaults in the area?
Tank's head is by your arm.
Oh, hi. Hello.
May I?
You wish to taste the... Go ahead.
Green.
She sticks her arm out.
Yes.
To the taste or the Proto-Magi vaults?
Looking at you.
To the Proto-Magi vaults. There is one nearby. How close to where we are right now?
Shrug. Back to licking.
Okay.
Licking.
Good. Okay. Good. Violet Cabal.
Yes,
Violet Cabal.
I'm not sure what the phrase means. If their power awaits you. I don't know. Maybe some... I don't-
Proto. Many exotic tastes to be had.
You have not.
Extremely excited.
You've not been to a Proto Magi Vault
Never.
yourself. Fantastic. Fantastic. You're right.
So many tastes.
So many things to learn.
So
to
many
learn.
links.
So many
be
things to
linked.
understand with your brain. So yes, I am excited to see that as well.
We must go.
Yes, absolutely. Proto Magi Vault. Well, research station.
Yes.
Timothy.
Drama.
Well, maybe. You love drama.
I love drama. You two are telling me everything. Yeah.
He's told me a lot on our way up here.
You want tales of conflict, of
Anything.
It's all
high
conflict.
emotion?
Oh, amazing. I've been on the road a long time. I wander around. I love stories.
Okay.
anyone.
Have you been to Kelskaris?
I'm from Coldra. I've heard of Kelskaris. I've yet to go there myself, but it sounds...
So what route did you take?
I mean,
You can go through Guild.
A long way.
Okay. The exotic route.
Yes, the long way round.
The long way round. Okay. We have stories to tell.
Many stories.
I've been told my stories are boring. Too much information.
There's no such thing as a boring story.
Sidetracked by...
Zest is nudging you in the stomach. And Tensk is 10 feet away from you.
Oh, I think...
Just storming ahead.
I think we're to go.
Almost ploughing through. You can see that the people of Iceheart there are people that sort of stop and look as Tensk makes their way down. There's probably a gaggle of kids who are just sort of in their thick bundled furs. A couple of them have kind of got snow goggles on and they're sort of look, a dynasty, and they're kind of following at a distance behind and sort of pull on their way. But Tensk is just storming for the northern gate, basically just going straight there, basically.
Should we perhaps get some supplies?
Let's get some supplies
That's a good
quickly. I
idea,
feel like Tensk is going to leave without us if we don't hurry along.
So, I won't go through the full shopping for it as we are limited on time here, but you do have a journey ahead of you, and we are going to be prototyping some of the journey rules coming up in this. So, the way that this is going to work is there are 3 basic journey roles that must be filled by a player. That is the Navigator. The Navigator is responsible for the party's route and daily travel. Their associated skill is Survival. You have the Lookout. The Lookout is responsible for keeping an eye out for hidden dangers and obstacles. Their associated skill is Perception. And you also have the Quartermaster. The Quartermaster is responsible for keeping track of the party's rations, water, and camp supplies. And their associated skill is Athletics. There are also bonus journey roles that you can take on as well. Again, most of these only one person can be, with one exception. You have the Scout. The Scout moves ahead of the party, staying hidden to help warn their allies of danger. And you have the Expert. Oh, and their skill is Stealth, obviously. Then you have the Expert. The Expert provides useful insights and information about fauna, flora, and terrain where appropriate. And their skill is either Arcana, History, Nature, or Religion, or one of those 3. Then finally, you also have the Supporter. A Supporter is not really a role. It's basically you're going to help one of the others by giving them advantage or a bonus to their die roll, depending.
Yes.
All of the 3 basic roles have to be filled. There's 4 of you, so somebody can take on each of those, and then that leaves a spare one at the end of that as well. We will also, part of the Quartermaster's job is to track the journey supply. So that is how many, the rations. We're not going to kind of individually count rations and water skins. Instead, you basically just buy a number of supply points, and then every day you're going to mark off supply points to represent eating food, drinking water as you basically go along.
Okay.
And about a day's worth of rations for one person is 1 supply point, effectively.
Yeah.
So you want to have a quick think about that. If you want to pick up supplies, you absolutely can do.
I will say I am no good at any of those basic roles that need to be filled.
I'm pretty good at Perception.
Okay.
I got a +7.
Well, mine's a +9
For survival.
for Perception.
Wow.
However, my survival's +6. So, what's your survival?
Survival +4.
My religion's a +4. My survival's a +1. Religion was further...
Somebody will need to be the Quartermaster.
Yes. What's your athletics?
Athletics.
+2.
Oh, right. Mine's
0.
-1.
That might be yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it. So
I'm happy to go with the Expert as the
bonus.
support role. Yeah.
Yep.
So if you
I'll
do
tell you what that does.
Perception, I will do the
So Lucky Jade will be the Lookout.
count. I'll be navigator.
Navigator for Tensk, which makes sense. You've been hired as the guide, right? It kind of makes sense that you take on that role, which does leave Flo to be the quartermaster, so you're going to be in charge of the supply.
We can spend fate on these roles as well, right?
You can,
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
absolutely you can, depending on if they come up or not as well. So the real question is, before you set out, now that we've assigned those roles, is think about how much supply points you basically want to buy. If you already have things like rations in your inventory or tents and things like that, they will add to your supply track. And Rhiannon, you're just going to keep like a total track of these whole points, right?
Nice.
So does anybody have anything already on them, or do you want to spend some money?
I would like to spend some money.
Sure.
Same.
All right, good. Let's do a very quick run through of this then. So what are you looking to grab? Just like rations and water skins, or are we looking at like, what are we thinking?
Well, I have cook utensils,
Okay.
so I could actually cook meals.
You will have an opportunity to try and forage as well throughout the journey. So you can replenish your supply that way.
I'm a ranger, so
Probably-
I can do that.
Probably tent.
Tent's good shout, yeah.
Yeah, because I've got 5 rations and a water skin. So yeah, I think sleeping
Sleeping
warm,
arrangements.
sleeping warm, nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's for Lucky. Okay. So you've already got basically 5 days worth of food and a water skin. Okay. What about anybody else?
I have a book with some parchment.
Okay. Yeah. So you're going to need to buy some
I'm
rations.
going to need to buy something.
Okay.
With the
and we can say that this can come out of your payment as well. So bless you.
Bless thou.
with the cook utensils, does that
Yeah.
like how does that affect?
I'd say that,
rations that we buy?
it will be a case of if you want to forage, so Tens can either go out and try and forage and replenish your supply, or if he cooks, I will basically make it so that you spend less supply per evening, because you've used your food to make a better meal, basically.
Yes. Tenks at some point mentions to all of you how extremely confident he is at getting all the food we need for the entire journey.
Right, but it doesn't hurt to get some to start up, right? Tensk?
If you believe in bad taste. Etc. So he
yes, no.
kind of poo-poos the idea of pre-made food because it's going to be degraded in taste. However, the fresh stuff that he's going to guarantee you is going to be
It's going to be great.
incredible.
Okay. So Tensk is basically like, no rations for Tensk.
He's going to
all
get condiments,
good. Okay. Spices.
spices,
Sure.
and dressings.
Okay.
Okay. I'll buy
Well, think about just basically say, how many days do you want per person, basically? That's the easiest way of
So it's a
doing it.
4-day travel.
It's 4-day travel,
back.
and it's going to take 8 days total. There's nothing's going to delay that
Nothing's
journey.
going to happen.
Let's do a nice round 10, just in
No,
case
10
there's a
each, huh?
delay.
10 each.
10 as a group.
How much does that cost?
So that would, so
40.
it would be 5 gold each for 10 days.
Okay.
I can do that. Yeah.
So
I can do
50.
And I'll just have some extra rations from what I've got already.
Can I also buy a tent and a bedroll?
A tent, yes, you can. Yes, absolutely. So a tent is 2 gold, and a bedroll is
I already
1
have 10
gold.
rations. I had 10 rations, not 5, so or actually
You're good.
Yeah.
I'd also like a tent, s'il vous plaît.
Same thing. All right. So what this is actually going to mean, to get to the interesting bit, rather than just we're buying tents and rations. So for each tent, so you currently have 2 tents. That's going to give you 10 supply points.
Oh wow. Okay.
10.
I bought 1 too.
Yep. Oh, you bought a tent as well?
Yeah.
So that's another 5 for supply points.
So 15.
And then every day of rations per person is an extra +1 supply point. So it's going to be basically 10, 10, 10, 10.
10's across the board.
That's a 10.
So it's another 40.
Does the bedroll do anything?
Yes, a bedroll does give you 1 each. So for each bedroll.
I've got a bedroll.
So that's
Max per person. So 1 per
Yeah.
person. So it's another 4
So 44.
on top of the 15 that you got from the tents. So 44 plus 15.
I think you already did the 10.
69?
No.
No, because the 40 is just the
59.
ration.
59.
59.
59.
But
Right.
if you buy a tent and I get rid of my bedroll, we will have 69, I think,
It's a
which
good
is
amount of
huge.
supply.
That is a huge.
That's a very,
Very
a lot of
important.
points.
very important.
So,
No?
with your supplies purchased, you set out into the collar, the mountains that stretch through the ice heart. And It begins fairly pleasant enough. You're mainly traveling on the roads. You're mainly kind of making your way through on like hiking trails. But soon you are in the cold, frigid, quite treacherous mountains of Iceheart. And this is where our journey rules are going to take place. The very first thing that happens is I would like the navigator to please roll a survival check against the journey difficulty, which I'm going to set at 15 for this.
Yeah.
Will a 12 be to 15?
A 12 will not be to 15, which means
That's not how numbers work.
that you travel for a day. You end up making camp for the night. When you make camp, when you sort of end a day of travel, I need you to reduce the supply by 2 for every PC and NPC traveling in the party. So it'd be 8 currently.
So 15.
Right now the weather is mild. It is, it is cold, but it is not like a blizzard. It's not heavy snows or anything like that. This is fairly standard weather for Iceheart.
So is it that we actively lost a load of supplies, or we just went?
Well,
the
we're going to
long
find
route?
that out.
Oh, I
So
see. Okay.
The next day, you've traveled 1 day so far. So it's a 4-day journey. You've gone 1 day. The beginning of the day 2 is when we roll the journey event, because the failed roll determines how far into your journey we get.
Right. Okay.
So Chris Trott, could you roll a d6 for me, please?
Oh, with pleasure. That's a 4.
A 4. Okay. And then I will roll this. Perfect. Lucky Jade, as you are traveling along, you tell me, Kim, there is some sort of mishap as you are traveling on day 2. And as the lookout, whatever this problem is going to be your responsibility. So what do you think it is, this potential mishap? This is like a small error or obstruction that causes a setback. What do you think it would be?
I think that there has been an avalanche overnight, and the snowfall and debris, maybe a fallen tree, has blocked the path that we were taking.
Perfect. That's great. You spot this a little bit. Well, we'll see if you spot it early or late. Can I get a perception roll from you, please?
16 plus 7, 21. 3.
Quite high. You manage, it's Kismet is about to, as you're making your way through, you start trying to navigate around this kind of avalanche that's fallen through and blocked the path. You start taking a different route, and you notice at the last minute, Kismet goes to put his foot down, but you see that is all loose snow. It's not hard ground, and you manage to grab him just as you put your foot down, Kismet. The whole thing cascades, and you would have taken a pretty nasty fall and tumble, but Jade manages to pull you back and stop you from falling, basically.
Have I ever told you how much I hate this place?
Oh, every second that we've been here, yes.
Yeah. No, I tried to be a positive person, but look around.
The delay, you managed to make up the time. It doesn't cost you any extra time because thanks to Lucky, you managed to spot a new route through and kind of maneuver your way through. Unfortunately, it was Tense kind of leading the way that sort of led you into that blocked path at the last minute, but you've managed to work it out. The second day evening comes, mark off another 8 supply points, please. And then on day 3, I need a new roll from
Here comes a nat 20.
Yeah.
Oh, 19! Oh! 25 total.
So that's important to know because if you exceed the DC by 5 or more, you actually get an even greater success. So this means that you don't trigger an event for 3 days, and you've already traveled for a day, so you're going to reach your destination.
So I love how this plays out in that Tensk ultimately failed the first day.
Yeah.
And as a Dynastian,
that won't.
This is his thing. He was meant to be the guide and navigator, so he takes it upon himself to work overtime to find a far better route using Zest as well.
Can I get a perception roll from you, Tensk, as you've made that navigation roll?
That would be 15.
15. I think one of the things is you're so alert and aware, having sort of failed that first day. You really want to make it up to the team. And so for the next 3 days, Tensk actually leads you very exceptionally well through the mountains, navigating the passes, avoiding many of the dangers. You hear howling beasts out in the wilds. There is biting cold, but Tensk manages to find little caves for you to rest in so you can get a fire going, manages to find all these different things, and leads you on a pretty pleasant journey. And just as you're kind of beginning to ascend, really getting into the peaks of these spiked northern mountains, Tensk, you think you're probably half a day away from this research station based on the sort of direction you were given. And you notice you're not the first ones to come this way. You see tracks, maybe about a day and a half, 2 days old, tracks of about 5 creatures that came up this way, heading in the same direction you guys are.
You see Tensk kind of like sidestepping around in a circle around some footprints in the snow with his tiny little legs, leaving like tiny dot marks.
Have you found something?
Footprints. And he bends over and starts licking the footprints.
Right.
I think he's licking footprints.
You mainly taste snow.
Tensk, have you found something down there?
People. Close.
Close by from the research center, or?
Ahead of us. To where we are going.
I wonder where they're off to then.
Well, given the state of the paths around here, probably heading to the research station like we are.
Does this feel like a normal pathway that regular folk would take?
This is a very
Or maybe
remote
not.
outpost. There's really been no reason to come here unless you were a bandit hiding out in the mountains, unless you were traveling to the research station. There's not really any settlements or anything up this way. This is, you are deep in the mountains here.
And what do their footprints look like? Do they have treads on them? Are they barefooted? Are they humanoid?
I would say you only got a 15 on that perception check. So I think that all you can tell is,
kind of like-
you can just tell that 5 creatures came this way. And also, there's been a bit more snowfall and things like that. Like you're finding old
Kind of
footprints.
blowing them away.
Yeah.
looked
All
away
you know
to
is
detail.
5 creatures.
It all looks like tongues.
How deep is the snow?
Fairly deep. Yeah, fairly deep.
And are there any like cliff faces or anything nearby?
Yeah, I mean, you are surrounded by like these tall, imposing mountains. You're kind of making your way up these like narrow hiking trails, basically.
I was just wondering about.
It is beginning to get a little bit more forested. You're kind of getting into arboreal like tundra trees and things like that around here. But
I was wondering about using tremor sense to see if I could sense like if these people were ahead of us. Like what?
I think the range on your tremor sense is quite
60
limited.
foot?
Yeah, I mean, 60 foot, you can see 60 foot ahead of you. Like, you can see 60 foot.
Okay.
Like, it's you wouldn't see them if they were there. Tremor sense is very good for things that are hidden or, things that might be underground or behind walls. But out here, looking 60 feet ahead of you on the hiking trail, there's no sign of anybody.
I think Tensk will kind of...
And you're still about half a day away from the research station.
Yeah.
He'll reach out both of his right arms, the big one and small one, and then kind of do this as he kind of stoops low himself into like a stealthy squat.
I like the idea though that just makes you still slightly taller than Jade. Yeah.
And no quieter in any way as well.
Yeah.
And does a sign language gesture for be quiet.
Okay.
I think
I'll
Josbeth's the only one who
I'll turn
understands.
to the
or
others and just put a finger over my mouth then. Okay, quiet.
So is the plan that you guys want to finish this half day like stealthily and try and approach this place without making too much noise?
Tensk
Great.
will also put the orange color and attach it to his chest.
He's like a little slot that he puts his little book in.
amazing.
It's adorable.
Floater guy just goes out.
Tensk, what is it you think we've uncovered here? Do you think they're dangerous?
We assume danger to survive.
Okay. Yes, okay.
The little moth sort of fluffs up on Tensk. All right, well, if you guys are going to try and move quietly, I would like stealth from everybody. You are moving through heavy snows here, so I am going to probably say this is going to be a disadvantage.
Okay.
Unless you have anything that can, change that, basically.
I guess my only question is, like, with the wind and the snow, it's probably quite loud out here, right?
Well, it's not like a storm's blowing or anything.
Oh,
at the moment,
okay,
right?
yeah.
Like, I'd say that the weather has actually been fairly good to you guys on the way up here.
Like when Boromir holds up the ring from Frodo. It's just
Deep snow.
Right.
So it's like sluggish and hard to move, and you're all quite low heavy weights and carrying equipment and things like that. You've got the sled with the supplies behind you. I imagine poor Flo's been sort of like you've had the straps over you and kind of dragging this sled as you've been going as well.
22.
22 on stealth. That's good to know.
I didn't do disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Oh,
Please.
yes.
20.
Oh, wow. Yeah, mine's actually not too bad.
Okay.
14.
14 for Kismet with disadvantage.
19.
19.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
3.
And a
There it is.
Okay,
Yep,
perfect.
there it is.
Well, you're moving as a group, right? So Flo's is very low, but Tensk's is very high. So It might average out a little bit. You continue making that journey, and at the end of that half day, in fact, it would take you a bit longer. It's probably quite late by the time you arrive because you're moving stealthy, so you're going slower. So the sun is really just, there's just a glimmer of that final dusk light kind of coming over the mountains as you see Frostbreach Station sort of appear ahead of you. It's actually in a sort of slightly opened area, sort of nestled in the shadow of several of these peaks. It's surrounded by arboreal sort of like little patches of snow-covered forests that scattered all around it. But the actual building itself, and Kismet, you don't need to make a roll for this, I think you would just know, it's clearly been constructed quickly out of magic. It's perfectly smooth stone, as if a mage has used sculpt stone and fabricate to kind of create this place. There are no windows that you can see, but what immediately becomes apparent is the door is wide open and snow has drifted and filled the interior sort of doorway.
Yeah.
You can see that there is light coming in from inside the building, but it's dim orange lantern light kind of poking out.
Have I been to any other research stations to sort of... I mean, this is a research station of the Arcane University, right? Or
of the academia. So
the
academia kind of
yeah.
studies everything. But I think like this is a proto-magi research station. This has been placed here to study a vault, basically.
But what I mean is, I'd understand almost like the security measures of a research station, I suppose. That a wide open door is probably not the kind of thing
Exactly. Normally, you wouldn't expect something like this. Like, it would probably have maybe a couple of guards, maybe, but it's so remote, and also would probably be secured with like alarm spells, glyph of wardings. It would be magically protected. The fact that the door is wide open and snow has drifted in is not a good sign. As you look at this, I'm actually going to grab some temporary minis for you guys.
Okay.
We do have a map.
Point toward a creature. Oh no, I can't do message. Damn it.
May I? And all of a sudden you realise, Kismet, that there's a huge stag beetle inches from your back.
What do you want to put? What you want me to go first? What is it?
He sticks out his tongue.
Is now the time?
Just
Okay, but reminder, this is technically a contract, so I will need you to sign the waiver.
He offers his hand, and he also has a pen in it already.
Fantastic. There you go. This is going to be a hard one to explain, but there you go.
He plucks off your glasses.
Right. Now,
Taste them.
I presume you licked them. I can't see without my glasses.
And he places them delicately back on your...
Thank you.
One smudge.
Yeah, okay, great. How does it taste?
Pulls out like the scullery coat from in this, these thick parkas.
I'm just like rubbing it against the furs right in my front here.
He's writing little notes with his two little hands.
And?
Puts it back in.
Good?
he won't tell you. You should know that.
Great, I know. I just hope it's good. Does make me want to try them.
So, you guys begin the approach towards Frostbreach Station, using the lovely map library from Roll and Play Press as well.
Wow.
To factor into this one shot.
Available as an add-on to the Kickstarter.
Indeed it is. I've got some temporary minis. Obviously, we don't have these characters perfectly customized minis, but hopefully you can tell who is who. Unfortunately, I don't have a big beetle man, so you are a gnoll.
They're not that easily available.
They're not easily available. We have to change that for the Kickstarter.
Indeed.
But I do have a gnoll archer, which is going to be representing Tensk, and then I think like monk, I've got a nice Suncrest Isles coloured monk miniature for you there, a Kismet with a tiefling wizard, and then you are a dragonborn in miniature, but not in character. You are an orc, Flo.
One of them.
So yeah, you guys, you take it from here. You can see this research station is there. I'm just going to cover up a couple of little bits on the map.
Oh.
Ordinarily, there'd be some kind of security process in order to enter a facility like this. So for the door to be wide open...
Unusual.
Unusual. Dramatic.
So dramatic.
So dramatic. Stay invested.
I'm
So we might need to take things quietly, stealthily. Tense, yes.
Can you tell if there are any magic glyphs or warding or anything on the door?
I absolutely can.
Do something wizardy.
I will do something... You know what? No.
What kind of professor are you?
You didn't prepare those spells today.
I can take a look at those if you need it.
You're able to cast those spells?
I can, yeah.
I prepared for a slightly different journey.
Well,
I see. Well,
you didn't have the paperwork for it.
I guess not. No.
Wait, a spellcaster?
Yes.
At no point did you tell me you could cast spells.
I'm sorry about
All
that.
these conversations
It's been
we could
4
have had.
days. Sorry, I've been so invested in your stories.
The heated rivalry of it all.
Anyway, I'll cast Detect Magic on the door.
Yeah, well, you cast Detect Magic on yourself and you sort of open yourself up, Flo. What does that look like? Is that, do you sort of say a brief message to Her Majesty, or is this, is this calling on your own magic? What does it look like when Flo casts spells?
Yeah, I think Flo would almost kind of like pull like from her arm, like channeling her ancestry, and then pull it up into her chest and shut her eyes and say, just a quick prayer to Princess Infernia. Please, Your Majesty, give me the insight to see what has been going on with this door.
And you feel yourself connect to this vast well, this vestige of power that you've been granted. And when Flo opens her eyes, she has dragon's eyes. She has like the golden, red, fiery eyes of a red dragon. And yeah, you see there was once glyphs of warding on this door. There were glyphs of alarm around this building. You see magical sensors, all of them destroyed, disabled, no longer functioning. All of them dead.
Well, what does it mean when the glyphs of warding are no longer active?
One of two things. One, they've disabled them because something catastrophic has happened inside the facility and has broken out. Or two, something catastrophic has happened outside of the facility and has broken in.
So nothing good either way.
No,
Is
nothing
the door
good.
pushed in or pushed out?
I think that, this door is normally a open inwards, and it's clearly open, and snow is drifting you, snow is scattered all on the inside. From this angle, you can't really see in the facility yet, but you can definitely see that it's been left open.
Now, usual procedure would be that the alarms would be blaring, we'd be hearing all of these things, people would be running around, that sort of thing. But you say the alarm has gone down as well?
Everything's down.
Everything's down. And there's no people. Can you hear anyone?
Not at the moment, but...
It's eerily silent
This,
to both of
the
you.
front of the research station.
Yes.
Are there balconies? Are there...
No, it's
is there-
completely sealed. So apart from this one entrance door, there are no windows, balconies.
Flat, vertically flat.
Perfectly smooth. It's been
And
created
what's
by
the
magic.
roof like?
I'd say that there is one section which is a domed roof. The rest of it is just a flat square. It's like a very ugly concrete box, basically, because it's been magically sculpted.
Yeah.
So they've just gone for the most easy, make box, now make that a dome, done. There's no windows or anything. The doorway seems to be the only entrance in from this angle.
So is it natural or worked stone surface?
I would say it's not natural. It's magically altered.
So but is it worked stone?
I'd say it's worked stone.
Can I use tremor sense?
To do what?
So I guess I would like to touch the floor, like beyond the door, and just sense how many creatures there are. Or
None.
None.
You don't get a sense there are any creatures. The door's open, so so you move up to the doorway, Lucky. I'm guessing
Yeah.
as a few of you have moved up. So yeah, like a few of you begin to make your way up. Sort of making your way. Lucky, you move up to the door and look in, and even before your tremor sense kicks off, which I think you can only do once per day. I think it's like a bonus action or something you can do it with. But you can tell that this facility is dead. It's empty. You look in, there is food on the tables. You're looking into a mess hall, it looks like, right at the beginning of the entrance. There is, cold food that's been left out. A few chairs have been knocked over. But yeah, there is a couple of glowing magical lights that hover by the sides of the walls, just letting off this dull orange lamp-like lantern light. But it is freezing cold inside where the door's been left open.
Curious, I'm not sensing anyone in the vicinity.
Okay, so maybe there's a third possibility that something catastrophic had happened both inside and outside the facility at the same time, and now no one exists.
This is too much drama.
Exciting, right?
Tent's gonna
Almost too.
come up to Lucky Jade, and the little moth hops off of Tent's shoulder and hops onto Lady Jade's shoulder.
Okay.
and I would like to cast Beast Sense so that I can touch Zest, and for the duration I can perceive through the beast senses as well as my own.
Perfect, okay.
And then all of a sudden, this moth, the eye color changes to, it probably was black before, it changes to a complete white, like ceramic white.
I presume that's normal moth behavior. Well, there's nothing normal about this situation, is there?
Tensk is going to change his color on the front from amber to red, and then he's going to make some clicky sounds, and Zest is going to fly in and start scouting.
Okay. Zest flies in, he lands on the table initially and looks down. There's a long corridor. Some of the doors are open. They lead into adjacent side rooms. And then the corridor turns to the left and seems to continue on, but you don't see any sign of people. You see a few knocked over, maybe, a few knocked over things along the way, but...
Tensk will relay this information from where he's standing, saying, I see a corridor to the right, etc., etc. No people.
No people. Okay, now everyone stay quiet. Just because we can't hear or sense anything doesn't mean there's not anything here. Okay, that makes sense. And yeah, I will head into that main room, that main sort of hallway. Is there...
Follow in.
I'll go in with him.
I'm probably imagining a much more real-world research facility, but like...
Tensk he's had to use his small grippy arms to grip onto the back of Lady Jade.
Okay, so he's sort of being dragged along.
Lucky Jade, sorry. Because he's blind.
Yeah, so he's holding on. He's holding onto your coats, Lucky, and then sort of following along. Okay, sure.
But is there like some sort of almost ward markings or like anything to identify a map of the facility in this room? Or
not really a map. It doesn't look very big. Looking from the outside, looking in, you guys kind of get the impression. I'd say you guys obviously are role playing very well that you can't see the map and things like that. But yeah, you can see that it's really one large round dome-like structure, which. I think, Kismet, you'd probably be able to estimate, you've been to similar places, that is probably over the entrance to the vault. That's actually probably where the vault entrance is planar, the demi-planar entrance is located, and it's where they've been examining it or studying it or something like that. The rest of it, you very quickly realize, through next to the mess hall, there appears to be some sleeping quarters. There appears to be several other chambers used for research, workshops, that sort of thing. But no big map or anything like that. This is not a huge facility. Looks like it probably only accommodates 4, 5, 6 people.
Does it look like, at least in this room, that the stuff is the items have been packed away, or is it like
there's nothing, you can't see anything of any proto-magi or anything of anything arcane nature. This room that you're currently in is basically a mess hall. There's a little kitchen, there's food still on the table, the sleeping quarters have got personal belongings like clothes and things like that. It looks like further in the facility there might be rooms more dedicated to that. As I said, some of them have been opened, but you can't see inside them.
But it looks like kind of mid-meal gone.
Mid-meal gone.
Mid-meal gone.
This is full on the thing, sort of just unexpected. Something has happened here. And it's cold. From the outside seeping in, it is freezing cold. It is dead silent as well. There is no animal noises outside. There is no, I guess maybe just a very faint hum of those magical lights. You kind of have that fluorescent sort of hum coming from the magical lights, but that's about it. That's what you see.
Flo, are you detecting any other kinds of magic?
Do I sense anything else?
Magic from here, not from here, I would say. There is, I would say actually, Flo, there is one door at the back of the mess hall that you can see is still magically sealed.
Yes, Kismet.
Looks like that hasn't, that ward hasn't been disabled or whatever.
Yeah, the ward at the back there of the room is still active.
It's the one with the purple sort of light interior.
Could be that whatever broke into the facility just didn't need to go that way. What kind of ward are we talking about?
It is an abjuration spell, is all you know.
Abjuration.
Which means what Kismet knows. Abjuration.
So it's defensive magic, warding magic. You don't know the spell level or anything like that on it.
That might not be important. I think this is the way we need to be heading. Pointing down the long corridor.
Do you start making your way down there? Like, who's going?
Encourage Zest to go first.
Yeah.
Just reach the end.
So I think Zest kind of flies down the corridor, he turns, and then he lands.
Yeah.
And what you see is as he begins to fly down, you see through into this room and this room. One is full of salvaged pieces of a Proto-Magi vault. You see huge chunks of black crystalline substance, kind of curved almost like a lens. And bolted to the side of it is this strange silver. It's a huge piece, couldn't easily be carried away or taken or anything like that. There's several of those. There are smaller boxes or chests and things like that. They've all been opened, and it looks like they've just been ransacked.
Right.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Shush. The other room that you pass, you can see is it's almost like a laboratory of conditions, but the door's been left open, and you can see that there is this fluorescent green light that's kind of oppressing everything. And there are like workstations, and again, you see like maybe a couple remnant tools. You see opened drawers, like somebody has ransacked this place. Okay. And then finally Zest flies down and sees the domed chamber. And inside that, you can see that arcane paraphernalia has been arranged out with a large central platform that has been built around what you can see is a hovering, I would call it like a metal iris, kind of like Stargate when they do the kind of sealed up thing, but it's just hovering in the air. Nothing around it, nothing attached to it, but it's sealed shut. It has an indentation in the middle that is this strange spider web-like diagram, and it looks like something maybe is meant to be inserted into it.
Zest is going to fly back and hover outside the big black crystal room.
This one?
Just in the doorway.
Sure.
And his Tensk's eyesight will return.
Still no sign of any people, beasts, creatures, aberrations?
Things have been stolen.
Ah, right. Stolen. So they would have gone out the way they came, unless there's something deeper in.
There is strange things at the end. Some sort of circle. But
safe to proceed. Still quietly, but safe to proceed.
No traps.
No traps.
Do you see any footprints leading out of the facility? Or is it only just footprints?
Give me a perception. Well, the footprints from like days ago.
Yeah.
So give me a perception check or a survival check if you want to look for fresh new prints around the entrance. That would be a different thing. So Flo sort of makes her way back out to the front and begins looking around.
Perception 18.
18. There are indeed. In fact, you almost missed them because as you guys have all moved in, where that snow had drifted in and covered the entire front sort of area of the mess hall, you guys had moved in and almost obscured them. But then you realize, wait a minute, one of them almost looks barefoot. There's no way that was any of you. Even Tensk, has insectoid legs. He's not going to leave a very human-shaped footprint coming in and then one going out. Hard to see a number, but looking in the snow outside, definitely creatures have come and gone here in the last sort of day or so.
Flo will crouch down there and her cigar will just flare up again as she just looks at these footprints.
What's everyone else doing inside while Flo's doing that? What's Lucky Jade doing?
I would like to, once we've kind of got the sort of all clear from Zest and Tensk, can I cautiously move forward into perhaps the room that Zest is flying, around outside?
Sure. Yeah, you see these strange, massive, heavy, curved Proto-Magi crystal lenses or shells, perhaps, maybe. You might see them as, or like cocoons that one might recognize.
So would Jade have had much experience with Proto-Magi items or anything like that?
Heard about it, but unlikely that you've encountered artifacts and the like before. Kismet, probably you've seen them in the academia. People have studied them. But I think for Lucky Jade, like, this is not really... But I think that you can feel your goddess. Like there is a secret here. Something is here, and things have been left behind, but it's just you can't fit it all together just yet. But the actual proto-magi devices, they're just big crystals, cocoons to you.
I think when she believes that she's not being watched, Jade will be kind of like quite skillfully kind of pulling out a little scroll, writing something in coded shorthand, and then kind of flicking it back into wherever she's hidden it upon her person. And, for the benefit of the audience, it will absolutely be notes on what she's seeing here. And if you were to read more notes, it would be things that the professor has been telling her, things that she's noticed about Tensk, stuff that she's seen on her journey the way here, that kind of thing.
Perfect.
Interesting.
Nice. What is Kismet and Tensk doing?
I think I'd be sort of peeking into rooms. I'm ideally looking for documentation or any kind of scrolls. I want to know almost what was the previous 3-4 days like in this place.
So, in fact, that first room that you step into, you find ledgers and things like that.
The big green room.
No.
Oh, right,
this
okay.
is the side room next to the one that Jade is currently in.
Yeah.
But yeah, you find that this looks to be some sort of more like a study, like a shared office space, like a kind of shared writing space.
Okay.
And a lot of the ledgers are missing. You look around, and anything which would have had detailed information about the vault, about the artifacts that they found, that's all been taken.
Yeah.
Sometimes literally pages ripped out of books, like not done subtly. But you do find a much more mundane journal, which is from Timothy Kettlecopper.
Yes.
And that journal details that Frostbreach Station was established to study a plundered vault, a vault that had been investigated, that adventurers had come and raided it of anything really of any major value.
Right.
So Timothy's team was sent here to study what was left behind, which was the metals, the crystals, things that adventurers couldn't pull out with their bare hands and carry away.
Yeah. Okay.
And so they've been studying that, and they've been making progress, examining the crystalline structures, examining the metals, trying to identify them. You see a reference to, I've invited a metallurgist specialist from Cauldre. She comes highly recommended, serves the Archdragon. Hopefully she'll be able to help us identify some more traits about the metals that we found here.
Yeah.
You see references to the vault itself. You find that there is a section of it says something along the lines of need to make sure we keep the key secure. I want to make sure that, make sure we keep the key, insecure, not secure. We wish to make sure that we keep the key somewhere where everyone can find it. It keeps changing shape, is what it says.
Right.
It says it keeps changing shape. It doesn't like the cold, is what it says.
A key, okay.
And you see, the other thing that you would notice is in all of Timothy's journals, he's a very pious halfling. He's a very pious man. He constantly refers to Pyrrhus and Malir. He speaks of the saints quite heavily. He's very clearly a devout believer in the Church of the Scions, and makes various kind of prayers and things like that. You notice that, so their supplies are getting low. They've put the request in back to Kalon, and they've not heard anything back yet.
Right.
Hopefully the supplies will be coming soon. This was 3-4 days ago.
Okay. Is that the last entry?
I'd say that's almost the last entry.
Oh, okay.
There is one final bit which it looks like somebody went to write something.
Okay.
And
it's the classic.
But it doesn't even say words. It's and then just a scribble.
Oh, so it's not
it's not even
the typical ones.
Yeah.
I think I hear someone.
No.
They're here!
It's almost
that's what I'd write.
It's almost like somebody went to quickly write something but didn't have the time.
Okay. And that was, sorry, when was that? That was
about three days ago.
Okay. Yeah, cool. That's
and that scroll, obviously there's no way to date it because it was just a line drawn across the page.
Yeah. But it's after all the rest.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
But that seems to be the only book that hasn't been ravaged or stolen. Anything else that you find is very mundane. It's like stock lists of supplies.
Yeah.
It's like, when the next rotation's coming in and things like that. And it's not for months and months.
But does it look like the books that have chunks torn out of it? Do
Yeah.
they look like almost official?
They are like the research into the artifacts,
yeah.
catalogs of what they found, what it does,
Okay.
all of these kinds of things.
Okay. Nice. Cool. All right.
What else doing?
Was there anything in the room, like, I guess on a cursory look around with an untrained eye, like, was there anything in the room that
Not in this room, I don't think. No, apart from these big kind of like crystalline cocoon sort of lens type, half shells. Nothing else in this room that you can see, I don't think.
Tense is going to join you and Zest in that room and go up to one of these cocoons and give it a little lick.
A most unusual taste, unlike anything you've tasted before. It's hot.
Is there anything I can glean from this with my incredible taste palette of... what can I garner from this? Not very much. It's alien.
It's very alien. This is very clearly something that you know almost nothing about.
I can't get anything like its age or...
No.
You're not that developed, you're not.
No, but also, I think that you would get the sense that this thing is sort of out of time. It doesn't age. There is no age to it. It is ageless.
Tense will turn to Lucky Jade. I'm beaming with excitement.
Oh, really? Because I'm terrified right now.
A new alien taste.
Right, that doesn't help. Yes, alien taste. Do you know much about the Proto-Magi?
No.
Neither do I.
Want to know more, want to taste more.
Well, there we agree. Well, we half agree. I don't really want to go licking things that I don't know the origins
His
of.
tongue's just going.
What is everyone else doing? What's Flo doing?
I think Flo will return back into the base. Strange footprints outside. Well, footprint. Just the one, actually. Barefoot, though.
Barefoot in this weather?
Toes and all.
Madness.
Yeah,
Madness.
Exactly. In this weather. I know I feel the heat, but they must be absolutely sweltering.
Almost all the documentation I found has been destroyed except this journal, but only 3 days ago was the last entry. A scrawled entry at best, but that could be when they came in and left, you say?
Looks like it, yeah. One came in, one came out.
Right.
Naked, probably.
Or maybe
On
just
the foot.
shoeless.
On shoeless.
Yeah.
But naked's funny.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Anything where you went?
Just smashed Proto-Magi remnants. I don't even know what I'm looking at, to be honest. I've never really experienced Proto-Magi things before.
Can I take a look?
Oh, let's be my guest.
I'm going to go rummaging.
I mean, you go, it's the exact same thing. Like I said, these crystalline cocoons, but they don't, they're just these massive, almost something that's been salvaged from the vault and pulled in here.
Now, is anything
No
in
power,
here,
no glyphs, no runes.
anything in here, last time you looked at it, looked different to how it does now? Changed shape. Transformed.
There's Tensk,
I don't think they've changed or transformed or changed shape.
but they're an anomaly.
That's true, but there's a key apparently that changes shape, hates the cold, according to this book at
I can
least.
sympathise.
Yes.
Say there were lamps in the green room.
There's lamps all around.
Fluorescent lamps.
They're all around. They're the glowing orange lights that are floating in various
Specifically in
bits.
that green room.
No, there are green lights in the green room. They're mounted into the ceiling. It seems sort of like they're floating orbs like the others. They seem to just be part of the research station.
Okay.
Can I go into the green room
Yeah.
and just look?
It's as I described previously before. Like, it looks like it's been ransacked. There's nothing really here. Everything's been taken. There's a few broken tools. Looks like sort of arcanist's tools used to examine magical paraphernalia. Anything that probably would have stood out has been taken away. There's definitely destruction and signs of, people have very violently raided this place. But yeah, nothing that immediately stands out.
Can I return to the locked room near the entrance?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah, so Lucky makes her way back to this kind of locked chamber here. Feel free, if anybody's got stuff they want to do, jump in as well.
Yeah, Tense will go up to the main room at the end and observe what Zest observed with the strange...
This floating metal iris, it's like almost lotus petal kind of...
Is it different from when Zest saw it?
No.
It's the same shape?
Yeah.
Socket.
The indentation socket is the same.
So that's not changing?
Nope. What about Lucky Jade? What are you doing?
Can I take like a plate or something from one of the tables and just chuck it at the door?
Yeah, you chuck it at the door, it smashes over the door.
Well, that was an idea. Not a particularly bright one.
Lucky, you okay back there?
Yes, I'm just trying to open this door that you said was warded. I sort of have a feeling that I'm probably just going to have to touch it and explode.
Don't do that, don't do that. We don't want explosions. No, thank you.
I don't think you'll explode, but it might be painful. And I can't dispel it.
Well, that's the thing. If a door like that has been warded, then there must be delicious secrets behind it, and I want to know what there is.
Say no more. Can you dispel?
I can dispel.
Well,
What kind of wizard are you?
You know what? I can identify it.
Yeah, I mean, that could be good.
You can identify it if you wish.
door.
Looks like a door to me.
It's a good-looking door.
Just dispel it. Dispel might be the play here.
I shall dispel.
Okay, Flo, you again sort of call on your, well of power that you have been bestowed by your Archdragon patron. You sort of make your way out and join Lucky, and yeah, you successfully cast Dispel Magic on the door. The ward fades, and the door seems to return to mundaneness.
Oh, thank you, my darling.
It's quite all right.
And then I'll...
Yeah, you open it. It does open without any sort of issue or resistance. And inside you find a much more put together office. It's much more... This looks like it probably belongs to the head researcher. And in fact, you see on the desk a little sort of signed, painted portrait of a very happy-looking halfling wizard. He has a big sort of like bushy lamb chops. He has a little pair of round glasses. He's wearing bright blue sort of vest. And he stood there with his husband, and they're looking very, very happy in front of the academia. And you suspect that this might be Timothy Kettlecopper, the head researcher. There is... around this building, you can see that there are a few remnant artifacts, little floating crystals that are on a plinth that look like they've been taken from somewhere, strange rods that seem to almost glimmer and glisten, but they don't look particularly powerful or particularly useful, sort of more trinkets that have been kept on a more personal level. You do see that this room does seem to have been left in a hurry. Like a chair has been tipped over, the drawers have been opened and sort of shut very quickly. Things were grabbed in here rather urgently. And you do notice that there is a... not really an umbrella stand, but like a staff stand that would have been right by the door. And, looking at the dust, you're a pretty adept person investigating. There is like signs that there was dust and a single staff has been taken from here. Mm-hmm. Almost, again, something looked like it was grabbed in a hurry.
Okay. Can I use my ability pull back the veil?
Yes.
So that I can basically have advantage on perception checks to search this office.
Well, not just perception checks, advantage on perception, investigation, insight, and survival checks as well. So what does this look like when Lucky Jade activates this ability? You sort of spend your focus, but how does it manifest? What do we see?
So I think Lucky will hold up one of her arms, and the jade and the runes on her jade will glow briefly, and then she'll pass her arm over her face and back over her head. And as she does, just for a moment, that kind of glow from her runes lingers across her face and her eyes, and almost like goes into her eyes, so they get like a little a glimmer, like in a golden glimmer in her iris. And that is kind of the manifestation, I guess, of Melia's power.
Amazing. And would you like to make a perception or investigation roll?
Still perception, I
Sure.
think. Yeah.
And you have advantage on the roll.
Yes. Okay. So crap and crap.
It's a shame.
14 is my highest.
14 is your highest. What are you looking for in particular?
So the professor mentioned a key that changes shape. So I guess...
Quarter of the full circle, but yeah.
I guess, sorry. I guess something unusual, I suppose.
You notice two things. In that cabinet, which has a couple of these little curiosities, you do notice that the bottom of this cabinet looks completely solid, looks like a completely solid wooden cabinet. But you can see that somehow, perhaps behind the cabinet or in the cabinet, frost is sort of growing out of a tiny crack that seems to go around the edge of this cabinet, almost as if something inside was freezing it from within. That's the first thing you notice. And I will be very stately clear, it's clearly a secret panel that something has been hidden behind and is causing this frosty, effect to cause. The other thing is not so much something you see, but something you sense. Because you're 7th level, you also gain blind sense of 10 feet around you when you use pull back the veil. Yeah. And immediately, Lucky Jade, you know that something invisible is floating and is following you and Flo. It's just like outside the door, and you can just sense it, and it's there, just present. You don't know what it's doing, you don't know what it is, but it is, you feel something is there. Okay. Just you can feel, maybe it's the air kind of distilling around it, and as you enter this hyper-focused trance state, you become aware of this thing. Mm-hmm. What do you do?
I will actually not look towards the secret shelf, kind of maybe just fuss on the desk or something like that. Maybe pick up the photo of the professor.
Okay.
Flo, my darling, come over here. Look at this. And then as I try to just with my back to the sensor, with Flo, hoping that maybe Flo's bulk will block it out, I will kind of... how will I do this? Do I speak? No, okay. I think I will try and whisper. No, actually, is there any paper on the desk or anything? No?
I say if you spent a fate point, there might be. Your one fate point that you've got. I've not spent mine yet.
I haven't spent one yet. Can I make a devil's bargain that there is paper, a writing implement,
and I will... There's a scrap of paper left on the desk and a quill, a pen.
And I will quickly scribble the word sensor doorway watching.
Ah, okay. Cool.
What does Flo do?
I think Flo will, hearing that, or seeing it, she will cast... elementalism and beckon air to just subtly slam the door shut.
Okay. As the door slams shut, all of you, and I'd like to ask just before I do this, Kismet, where exactly are you right in that moment?
I
was keeping you sort of in that room.
I think I'm, idly kind of looking through, the same as Tenski's, just the remaining rooms at the other end here. Mm-hmm. So I'm, kind of in the hallway there at the end.
Sure. So as the door slams shut, there is a few moments, maybe a few seconds, 10, 12, something like that. And then you hear this ungodly sort of go, my brothers. As something lurches towards the research station, none of which you guys see. And that's where we're going to take our break. We're going to take a 5-minute break there to see what has happened at Frostbreach Station and what is this new threat that arises to attack our party of heroes.
Who says attack?
Oh, they're attacking. Okay. Let's make it very clear.
Oh, my brothers, make them hot chocolate.
Hooray!
We will see you in 5 minutes, everybody. Take care. Bye.
See you in a bit.
Making my own adventures and worlds has always been one of my favorite parts of TTRPGs. I love the process of coming up with unique locations, designing NPCs, and asking all those what-if questions about the world and its culture. When we started High Rollers 10 years ago, one of the best parts for me was getting to share the worlds and adventures I made, not just with my best friends at the table, but with a whole community who could theorize about the lore and envision their own stories in that that universe. With Altheya, I wanted to share a world that encapsulates the things about fantasy that I first fell in love with 25 years ago. Something that evoked those teenage years staying up late to play World of Warcraft, reading Dragonlance, and watching Record of Lodoss War. A world of high fantasy that is full of hope and glory, somewhere bright and bold, but still full of danger and intrigue, not too grimdark, not too cozy, not overly serious or too whimsical, something that felt quintessentially fantasy, but with its own unique twists and mysteries, along with plenty of opportunities for over-the-top action and exciting adventures. This is a time of stories. This is Altheya. But what sort of specific things can you expect from the campaign guide itself?
In Altheya, the Dragon Empire, you can learn all about the history of the Dragon Empire of Ilmera, as well as each of its provinces: Cauldra, Gildai, Mistwold, Urdiskir, Iceheart, the Azar Steppe, and the Suncrest Isles. Each one ruled over by a different dragon host and a powerful archdragon, which has influenced not only the culture and lifestyle of the people, but the very land itself.
Dragons in Altheya are a little different to the core D&D worlds. All 7 dragon types are capable of being good or evil, have powerful innate magic, and the ability to adopt a humanoid form. Some dragons have different kinds of energy and magic to what you may know too, such as the green dragon's focus on life and healing, or the silver dragon's powers of divination and foresight.
But the Dragon Empire isn't all about dragons. You'll also learn about the various ancestries of Altheya, as well as the towns, villages, and cities found throughout each province and the important NPCs living in them. You'll learn about organizations such as the ruthless criminal guild, the Diadem, or the secretive former espionage agency Watchtower, and get lots of suggestions and hooks for your own campaigns.
And there are plenty of opportunities for adventure in the Empire, from dealing with planar cults and political intrigue to exploring ancient proto-magi vaults, demi-planar dungeons that can appear anywhere in a myriad of forms and functions, full of unique magic items and spells, as well as dangerous and terrifying monsters called Vault Spawn.
Alongside all the lore, maps, locations, and adventure ideas, there's also a ton of 5e compatible game content too. Brand new subclasses like the Order of the Green Shield Druid and Path of the Blood Fury Barbarian. New monster stat blocks like the horrific Bellamorphs and Cultists of the Awoken. Optional variant rules like the Crucible of Fate and tons of new magic items.
Including rules for the rare and corrupting metal called Crown Steel.
This really is a dream come true for me, and I can't wait to share the world of Altheya and the Dragon Empire with all of you. The campaign is live now. Help us make Altheya the Dragon Empire the best campaign ever and unlock more rewards with stretch goals. Check the link below to back it now. Welcome back, everybody, to Altheya, the One-Shot, sponsored by Roll and Play Press, in support of Altheya, the Dragon Empire. On Kickstarter right now, link in chat. You can also go check out that QR code in the bottom right. It will be there throughout the entire thing. We'll switch to it into a minute.
Yeah.
But welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We are going to jump straight back into this part 2 right now. Our brand new heroes, unseen, unknown heroes, with the exception of untasted heroes. Perhaps with the exception of Professor Kismet, Arcane Professor of the Fourth Circle. Have travelled to Kalon City in Iceheart, where they have made an onward journey to Frostbreach Station, a proto-magi vault research station set up by the Academia. After travelling here, being navigated by their new Dynastian companion, Tensk, they have made their way and found the research station eerily silent and empty. After investigating and finding very little clues or informations as to what had happened here, and the vault entrance, it seems, closed, locked by some sort of key that is yet to be found, Lucky Jade uncovered a secret compartment in the only locked room that they were able to find, and also detected the presence of an invisible sensor that was watching them. Flo slammed the door with magic in its face, and upon doing so, shortly afterwards, a terrifying cry can be heard from outside. Screams, unhuman, distorted screaming, followed by a deep, bassy voice. My brothers, get them! As unbeknownst to our heroes who are currently in the secured research station, from the snows, hidden in the snowdrifts, hidden underneath a discarded wagon outside, keeping themselves silent, laying in ambush, we see 4 emaciated, barefoot, dressed in ragged figures, but from their bodies protrude arcane crystals and strange, horrific tubes emerge from their throats and into their back as a number of these horrid creatures, of course, which we know as the Awoken cultists who worship the Proto-Magi and, in fact, just embed whatever they can find into their bodies and to see what it does. But accompanying these 4 rather terrifying and utterly devoid of any sort of humanistic sense creatures, there is one that has much more canny intelligence, the one that seems to be commanding them. A older male dwarf with great chunks of amethyst growing out of his shoulders and out of his neck, but also you can see that pieces of his hands have been completely cut away and replaced with strange alien silvery metal. And in fact, one of his eyes, seemingly an empty socket, he sort of shudders for a moment as some invisible, unseen thing falls back into his socket and then rolls around as this completely alien purple eye kind of blinks for a few moments as he gestures. And you can see that he's wearing these heavy robes, and there seems to be something underneath those robes, yet not unseen yet. As we are going to roll initiative.
Oh my God,
everybody.
Yeah.
What is
Now, I will remind Lucky Jade, you will add your wisdom modifier to this because you are still in your pull back the veil sense mode.
Which lasts for 10 minutes.
A unique feature for
So my-
brand new subclass.
I get a +7 to
Hashtag
initiative.
ad. Wow.
+7
holy
to
crap.
initiative. Hashtag ad.
Hashtag ad. So because you were using pullback veil to see the invisible sort of spectres, right, that were following us. Have they now left the room?
Well, it was a single sensor as this round orb,
Yeah.
and Jade couldn't see it, but could sense it with her blind sense. Could sense that there was something there, like, didn't know what it was, just knew it was a small round object.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Flo sort of reacted and slammed the door, seemingly that gave them some indication that they knew they'd been spotted.
Sure.
And then a few seconds, like maybe 10, 12, 15 seconds later, they did something.
Fantastic.
All right, let's get initiative from Flo.
17.
Kismet.
13.
Jade.
17.
Tensk.
Unnatural 20.
And then finally, my awoken cultists. Ooh, they're going at a lovely 18. And then the Awoken Primus.
Oh, is this the guy on the right-hand side here? Is he on there?
This is the little dwarf.
Ah, yes.
The round fellow. Rond boy.
Excellent. So, Tensk, you hear this horrific noise outside. What would you like to do?
Now, do I hear that sound coming from potentially maybe a door there?
It is, in fact, a closed door, yes. So there is this other door that lit in, but it was closed from the outside when you first arrived. You went in through the open door. But it does look like this door opens.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm going to run up to that door.
So 5, 10, 15, 20.
And I'm going to kick it open.
Okay. The door opens and you look out.
I'll shoulder ram it. I've got upper body strength.
The door flies open, this kind of sculpted, made from wood and metal magical door flies open. And as you do, you see these creatures kind of pulling themselves from the snowdrifts, a couple of them crawling from underneath this abandoned wagon, and this dwarf-like creature sort of pointing towards the open door.
He's still got red on there, but he's distressed. Can he see to his left that there are figures there as well?
I would say you currently cannot. You
Okay.
can see these three because you're currently still in the building. If you want to step out into the
That's
snows.
fine. I'm going to use my ranger's sense to keep a little bit of cover.
Okay, sure.
Be smart about it. And from one of his little pockets, little spindly pocket, he brings out a blowgun.
Okay. Sure.
He's going to bring it up to his tiny
Using
mouth,
his tiny hands.
Yeah.
What are his big hands doing?
Behind his back.
Oh, he's just constantly standing to attention. I love it.
Man.
Actually, no, he's kind of like holding
Holding
position.
sure.
And he's going to fire, so it's a range of 25 brackets, 100.
Okay, so that means if anything over 25, you're at disadvantage.
Right, brilliant. I'm going to Hunter's Mark the guy.
The Primus
Primus, which I think I can do with the
is a
range.
bonus action.
Yeah.
Yep, you get a free cast of
It
it.
might be 30 feet, but it's definitely bonus action.
Cool.
I don't think it's 30 feet. I think it's like more than that.
Oh,
It's
okay.
90 feet.
Yeah.
90.
Okay.
Great. Yeah,
Yep.
he's marked.
Yep, you Hunters Mark the Primus.
Yeah. And then I'm going to try and attack it, even if it's at disadvantage.
Okay, give me a disadvantage attack roll with your blowgun.
Blowgun. Blowgun. Natural one.
With the disadvantage, yeah. So you, the icy wind just whips the little dart away.
It catches the dart and then it flies right back.
No, it doesn't fly back, but it flies off and just it's
Boomerang
completely
spit
gone.
dart.
That was your first attack?
I'm going to duck behind cover.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my second attack to get Zest to come out the door.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
They have, yes, I think it is 30.
Okay.
Rest of the sky. Speed 60.
Okay, so got another 30 feet to go if you would
I
like
think
possessed.
what they will do is tuck into that little nook on the right-hand side there next to the front door. You see where the front door sticks out.
This is like a little platform leading down.
The front door head.
Oh yes. Oh, like
there,
here.
in that nook there.
Okay.
So he's got a bit of cover.
Okay.
And
Would you like him to like take the dodge action or anything like that?
Yes, so they'll naturally take the dodge action if
Okay.
you don't give them anything, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
That's it for me.
Okay, blowgun, moved moth. Perfect. Well, unfortunately for you guys, the awoken cultists, they are quick and reactive, and all four of them. Well, in fact, these two down here are going to use their distended leap bonus action.
Oh, God,
They
no, they're
leap
not.
30 feet in any direction as their legs almost become jelly and sort of spring-like.
Oh, that's weird.
Distended leap. Just no. How about they didn't do that? Why can't they just walk?
Freaks.
30. These two just crawl out from under here, and then they are just going
Distendedly.
to. Well, and then they will use their bonus action leap to then swarm in.
Oh, they just charge right past.
One is going to go after poor little Zest, and the other one is going to then use its movement 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and make its way towards that door.
Breaks down the door.
I think that the one that just did not quite get into combat is going to dash, bust open this door, just kind of charge through it as it is no longer arcane sealed. And Flo, you see this hideous creature. As it reaches for you. It dashed though. Poor Zest is going to get 2 enhanced slams.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage. So the first one, I should roll in my tray, is only a 8 to hit.
Does not hit.
So that is their first attack. They get to make 2 attacks. Their second attack is not going to hit either. That's only a 9 to hit.
Nope.
And then poor yourself, Tensk, you are going to get the same thing from
17 to beat.
17 would be no disadvantage on this one. The first one is a 16. Its enhanced slam pounds against your carapace. Its second attack, however, is going to be a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
That is going to be...
That'll find a squishy bit.
That's going to be 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you would normally be pushed 10 feet back. But as you're sort of pushed into the corner here, I'm just going to have it slam you up against the wall for another 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And then the one next to you, Tensk, that is Kismet, you can see is just rounding the corner.
Yes.
It sort of sees you, and then it crouches down, and all of its crystals begin to glow with power as it's going to use its discharge power ability. I need you and Tensk to make Constitution saving throws, please.
Constitution.
9.
That is a failure, I'm afraid, Tensk.
Oh, what about a 9?
That's a failure, I'm afraid. Both of you, it's only a DC 10 and you both failed.
No!
You both take 8 points of force damage and are dazed. This is a custom condition, which is you get a move, an action, or a bonus action, and no reaction.
Bastard! My entire plan!
And you see that it just erupts with this magical force of energy sort of 10 feet around it that does not seem to affect its companion. So it just sort of bursts with power and exploding outwards from you. That is the Awoken Cultist's go, which brings us to, I'm going to go with Jade first flow because of the Dex modifier. So Jade.
I think seeing
You feel this thing coming.
Yeah.
Like, you feel it coming even before it opens the door, because your current pull back the veil is kind of giving you these enhanced senses.
Okay, I'm a little rusty at playing monk, but I think what I'm going to do is attack. So I've got 2 attacks. I will attack on the first go and stunning strike if I hit it.
Okay. So you'll just need to do a quick 5 foot of movement, which is fine. To do that.
16 plus 6 to hit.
22.
22.
Punch hits. Is this unarmed strikes?
This is unarmed strikes.
Okay, so you hit. Now, because you have your pull back the veil active, you get to roll your damage twice and pick the highest.
I rolled 2 ones.
Brilliant.
That's fine. You're going to unfortunately have to take one of those.
So I will take the highest one.
Which is?
1.
Plus your modifier.
4.
So
to hit.
So 4
points
total.
of damage, yeah.
And then you wish to stunning strike on that attack?
Yes, please.
Okay, so that's another focus point.
One focus point.
That is going to be a 18 on my saving throw.
Pass.
Constitution, I believe, right?
Yeah, Constitution 15. So you pass.
So that was your first attack.
That was my first attack. I can only flurry on a bonus action, right, isn't it?
It's a bonus action, but you have your bonus action. Okay. You've not used your bonus action yet. You can also make 1 free unarmed strike as a bonus action without spending focus.
Okay.
So second attack, extra attack, second attack.
18 plus 6.
24 hits.
Yeah.
And then I'll do my attack again. 7 is the highest, so 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. So what does this look like when Flo is when Lucky Jade is fighting? What kind of like martial arts style, or is this like what kind of attacks are you making?
I think it's very much hitting with her fists and her like the jade on her forearms.
So it's kind of like forearm smashes and sort of cool, very very cool.
And like I think with pull back the veil activated, there is this very slight trailing golden glow about her when she moves, and it's almost like when she does land a hit, it's that golden image that hits first,
Very cool.
you know, kind of almost guiding her into
Very,
that
very
slam.
Cool. Awesome. So you still have your bonus action?
So that bonus action, yeah, because I do have something else I can do on a bonus, but I think I'll save that for now because we're kind of stuck in this real thing.
And if you want to save your focus points, remember you can make 1 unarmed strike as a free bonus action, doesn't cost you anything. Or you can spend a focus point and do 2 more unarmed strikes.
I think I'll flurry. You
do 2 more? Okay, so spend a focus point and you get 2 unarmed strikes.
15 plus 6 on the first one.
Hits.
Another 7, another 10 points of damage.
Okay, this thing looks rough as these slammed jade forearms pummel into it.
I hit 19 on the second one to hit, and my highest was an 8, 9, 10, 11 points of damage.
With that, you watch as single-handedly Lucky Jade comes in, bam, 1 strike kind of sends the creature, tries to stun it, but whatever these augments, these crystals, its mind is just ravenous and doesn't seem affected, so you just fully go down, kicks and blows, and you just leave it a crumpled, broken mess as you defeat the creature.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
And I think I'll stand in the doorway.
And then move up. Yeah, you still have like 30, you've only spent 10 feet of movement, so I don't know if you want to spend any more if you're happy where you are.
Flo, darling, third drawer down. It's secret and emanating a lot of frost. Can you see what's in there? I think we may need it.
I'll take a look at that for you.
All right.
No problem.
End of turn, Jade?
Yes,
or would you like to do some more?
Queen's like...
I think I will just move just outside the door so I can protect.
Yeah, you're basically a blocking
Flo.
it at this point.
Yeah.
Creature's going to have to move through you.
And attacked.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And I am a snack.
Hell yeah.
Are we done?
Yes.
Flo, you're up.
Cool.
Kismet, you're next.
All right.
Just before Lucky Jade walks out of the room, Flo, the draconic eyes are going to flare, and that the silver visceral marks are going to flow like magma almost down her arm as she reaches and touches Lucky Jade, and she's going to use her vestige of power.
Oh, so this is one of your primary class abilities.
Yes.
And as part of this, you get to pick one of 3 kind of, not dragon types, not red, or blue, or black, or anything like that, but kind of like the style of dragon. Which one did you choose?
So I chose the warding dragon.
Ah, so this is like a protective. Okay. And then what do you want to do? How many of this do you want to use?
I'm going to use all 3 of my D8s.
Okay.
And I'm going to give Lucky Jade temporary hit points according to my 3d8s and increase their AC by 1 until the end of their next turn.
24.
It could be.
So, it's not far off. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19 temporary hit points.
Temporary hit.
Thank
So
you.
much.
Your AC is now 18.
Yeah.
For 1 turn. It's only
turn.
for a turn until
And
the
then
end
does
of
the
Jade's
temp
next
go
turn.
away?
No, the temp stays because the thing is temp can't be overridden, so you can't keep adding temp.
It will just go away.
It will eventually go away once she's taken damage. Yeah.
Ooh.
So and what does that look like? Is this are you conjuring scales or armor? What does this look like as you use this ability to protect Lucky Jade?
Yeah, I feel like as Flo summons that magic from her princess, the energy in her chest flows like a pyroclastic magma flow down her arms. You see the silver scars turn magma and golden and like lava as it flows out of her right hand onto.
And does it form almost like magma over Jade and sort of
Yeah.
become armor? That's very cool. Very cool.
Thank you.
So that was your bonus action to do.
And in my action, I will, detect magic on this, or dispel magic on this draw.
I'm going to save you. I'm going to save the spell slot because you don't need to dispel it.
Okay.
There is something hidden behind the secret compartment. It is not a spell. You don't think that there's a spell active here. You still have your detect magic spell up. There is no current spell. It looks like something has just been hidden in a secret compartment, and that thing is what is giving off the magic.
Okay, then I'll have a look in that secret compartment.
Yeah. So use your action. You sort of, now that Jade's pointed it out, you kind of get your claws in, or sort of, not your claws because you're not. I keep thinking you're a dragonborn for some reason. You kind of break it with your hammer and pull it away, and you see that sort of stuck into this, very hastily sort of hidden into the secret compartment, is you see this sort of alien mess of metal. It's become almost like this ball with all spikes and spines sticking out of it, and it has coated the entire interior cabinet with frost, and you can feel the cold radiating off this thing.
Can I make a check to see what this is?
Yeah, it'd be an Arcana check. Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
14.
14. This is definitely some proto-magi metal. You've never seen anything like this before. The fact that it's emanating so much cold energy, but you're not detecting a school of magic. This is not a spell. This is not a magical item. This seems to be part of its own nature or something. But you do sense that it can be affected by magic, and that you remember what Kismet said about looking for some sort of key that could change shape, and that metal does look like it's formed this bizarre shape. It doesn't look like it's meant to be that way.
Lucky, I think I found the key.
Ooh, we should get it to the professor. He'll know what to do.
All right, well, speaking of, it is Kismet's turn. You are dazed, my friend.
I am dazed, so I can
Until the
only
end of
take action
a
or bonus
move,
action.
an action, or a bonus action, and no reactions. This
Okay, in that case, I'm
it
going to
doesn't
have to
match.
play defensive. You asked what kind of wizard I am. As I recoil from the daze, the book almost flies out of my hand, but then is pulled back onto my belt as the rapier levitates out, and I grab it, slice it down, and activate Blade Song.
Very cool.
Nice.
Which is a bonus action, gives me AC as well as a lot of other things.
Lot of
It'll last
cool
for a
stuff.
minute. And I will look to the creature, ignore the Dynastian, and face me. And that's
Perfect.
basically my entire turn.
That's
It's
going
a
to be your
bonus
turn.
action.
Yeah,
I agree.
it is the Primus.
Thumbs up.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Does not have creepy distended legs, so has to sort of manually and slowly
Wobble
make his
legs.
way. Cannot currently see any of you guys.
Oh, he's got a big eye, but you can't see us.
That's all right, because I'm going to spend a fate point.
Big mistake.
I'm going to use my fate point to use one of my Vault Augments on the Primus. And in this case, I'm going to use Proto-Magic Tongue, and he's going to bark an order at the 2 cultists that he can see through the doorway. Hurry up and kill them, my brothers. Now we can finally unlock the vault and get inside. And those 2 get to make a free attack.
Both of them.
Both of them, they're going to make 1 enhanced slam attack.
Damn.
Against Tense, they just rebound off your tough carapace. But Kismet, he is going to... you watch as he's too far away from you to melee strike you, but he punches the air and this kind of force of energy launches itself out of you, giving him the reach to be able to strike you.
That's cool as hell.
That is going to be a 18 to hit.
I have 18. However, I will swing my finesse weapon and use parry to increase my AC by 3 as a reaction.
I will say, because you've at your end of your turn, you get your reaction.
Yep.
Because the day's defect has ended.
So my AC is 21 because of that.
You parry this out of the air, basically.
Yeah.
As this force of energy, you just swipe it out as it deflects away from you. Very, very cool.
Oh, sorry, that's because of my feat defensive duelist.
Yes, defeat defensive, very cool. I think that at the moment, that is going to be my, that's going to be my action and my move. I don't want to use my bonus action. So the Primus is done.
Nice.
So we go back up to the top to Tensk.
Tensk wants to get back out that door. So what he's going to
currently a creature in the way. Can't move through him.
What he's thinking of doing is horning him.
Okay.
To shove.
Okay.
Into the other
that is a thing you can do.
He's going to use his stag beetle horn.
What I would say is, because of your current position, if you want to shove him out of the door, you have to sort of move here.
Yeah, I'll pivot. And shove him out the door.
Okay, so you have to make an unarmed strike with your horn.
Swipe with it.
It's just strength, isn't it?
So it should be on your character sheet. You should have horn as unarmed strike under your actions.
Yes, +4. Okay. 15.
Is enough, just barely.
nice.
So you want to shove him because you don't do damage. You choose what you do,
so that I can get past.
So you shove him. He sort of stumbles back, freeing up the space. That is one of your attacks for this turn, though.
For my second attack.
Yeah, you can move in between attacks. Don't forget.
I'm not going to look at you directly, Kismet, but one of my little arms is going to sign to you.
Okay.
Deal with this one.
Yeah.
And boop boop points.
Yeah.
As he gets his other arm with the blowgun, is going to use a bonus action to make this next attack an ensnaring strike.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
He's going to restrain the guy that I just kicked outside.
Okay. Sure.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Sure.
So the ensnaring strike is a strength saving throw, please.
Okay. Well, you have to hit first. Okay.
Yeah. Well, here I am, about to. Here we go. Check this out. 16.
Is enough.
Nice.
I got a +9 to hit.
Damn.
Yeah.
She's insane.
You're very good with your blowgun.
Miss last
How much damage does your blowgun do?
Oh, 5.
Just dead 5. I love it. Not even a roll.
It's not even a roll.
It's 1 plus his modifier. But then the ensnaring strike goes off, so I make a strength saving throw. Yeah. Oh, that is going to be a success, I'm afraid. 18.
Okay, cool. On a failed save, the target has the restraint condition until the spell ends.
Okay.
On a successful save, the vines shrivel away and the spell ends.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so it just
unfortunately, this thing just breaks the vines immediately. It doesn't look particularly strong, but these augments definitely help it break through the spell.
That doesn't have an AoE to it, ensnaring strike, does it?
No,
it's just the creep. It's only a level 1.
Yeah.
What did I do then? I did an attack.
You've attacked twice.
I did a bonus action. That's it.
And your bonus action, yeah. So you've got to move.
My boy is going to be dodging as a reaction on their turn.
Okay.
My zest.
Perfect. Your zest. All right. Perfect.
Wait, weren't you dazed?
I was dazed.
So let's say the ensnaring strike didn't happen.
I never did it.
Yeah, it's fine. You still did.
You tried it, but
I did it in my head.
You can take your spell slot back. With that, we go to the cultists. So I'm going to try and rattle through these. The one fighting Zest is going to attack twice. First one is going to be a miss. Yeah, no, I'm aware. Second one, unless a 14 hits.
No.
An 11. both times miss. The moth just sort of dancing, weaving, flying in the air. This thing is... And you hear the Primus like, "You fool! Stop playing with that beast! Find me the artifact!" As it's kind of struggling. Kismet.
Hello.
What, this guy's going to move up next to you.
Do I get opportunity?
Do you have a melee weapon you can attack with?
My horn.
Yeah, you can make an attack with your horn.
2, no. Plus, no.
No. I think that the one you just shoved outside is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 come in and wants to try and deal with the people that its Primus is pointing it in the direction of.
And for podcast listeners.
That is the Lucky Jade and Flo. The cultist is going to make 2 attacks against you, Jade. First one is going to be a 12 to hit.
Does not hit.
Second one is going to be a 21 to hit.
Does not hit. It does hit.
Does hit. I thought so. That is going to be 4 whole points of bludgeoning damage, but you are also pushed back 10 feet. Have you thrown back into the room?
Cool.
As it does so, and then it's going to use its distended leap to leap
No.
through the doorway.
He's leaving. Does he bang his head on the frame?
No, he sort of launches himself forward like a cannonball. As you go
weird thing
flying
to do.
back, he kind of starts snarling around.
Very cool.
And then Kismet,
Yeah, hello.
2 attacks against you, my friend.
Yeah, do it, coward. Bet you won't.
15 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
No, 8 to hit. Both attacks miss.
Hell yeah.
I'm rolling poo. So yeah, you carry these things away.
Away.
Cultists.
Bang his head on door frame.
Jade.
Just immediately.
Lucky
knocked
Jade,
out.
you're up.
Okay, I was gonna go for the Primus, but I don't think I'm gonna leave my wizard
stuff.
friend, my warlock friend. I think because also you shoved me back, so I don't think I can make it to. Can I make it to 145?
In 45, no.
No. Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30.
I think you can.
Well, the thing is you can't do like hard corners like here to here. So it'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh, that's where the door is.
35, 40, 45. 45, you say? Mm-hmm. You can get there.
You can get exactly
You get an
in its face.
attack of opportunity from this guy.
I think I'll take it. Yeah.
Go for it.
Is your AC still up by 1?
No.
Has that gone away?
It's end of turn.
End of my
End of my
turn.
turn, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
your AC is still +1.
Oh, yeah.
Opportunity attack, no, it's going to miss. 12.
Cool. So when I'm at the Primus, I will attack.
Okay.
8 plus.
Just make the one attack for me. Don't go straight into the second one just yet.
15 to hit.
15 against the Primus will not hit. You kind of slam your strike against his chest and hear resounding sort of metal rather than flesh. And then as a reaction, I'm going to spend one of my fate points to use another one of my Vault Augments, my living metal tentacle, which immediately whips out from the cloak on his, it comes from his back outside of his cloak, slams into you, Lucky Jade. You're going to immediately take 2d6 bludgeoning damage for 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And also, you are knocked 10 feet back and knocked prone.
Oh.
Yeah, so all of your other attacks, unfortunately, because you've used your movement for this turn.
Yeah, that's quite
So he just, as you come running out, you slam your strike into weak flesh. Give me what is mine.
Okay, so
You just got 10.
I can't stand up, but I can't do anything. I can't do a bonus action.
You could, if you have a ranged weapon, you could try and attack with your ranged weapons.
I do have throwing, little throwing knives.
Yeah.
I believe the terms I used was that guy from Mortal Kombat.
So the other thing as well is, don't forget, as a bonus action, you can do some movement shenanigans with it as a muscle.
Yeah, so can I...
Scorpion doesn't it?
So can I,
blood
can I
knife.
use Step of the Wind to dash? Does dash need movement?
Dash will give you more movement.
Dash gives me
It gives you additional movement. So you would still have to stand up from prone and then use your movement, but dash would give you another 45 feet of movement.
I'm just trying to decide whether or not to stick around here or...
Well, you've got another little trick up your sleeve.
Yeah, I do. Okay, I'm going to do it. So I will use Step of the Wind to stand up.
So
I'll use a focus point to do that.
So keep in mind, You can bonus action Step of the Wind normally, which gives you dash. You can spend a focus point to also disengage, which you don't need to do because you've not got any enemies. You can also spend a focus point to use your special version of Step of the Wind.
Oh, so I thought
That is the focus point.
Oh, okay, I thought I had to... Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I missed
So
it.
to do normal Step of the Wind is just a bonus action, and then you spend a focus
In
point.
which case, what you see is Jade kind of wipes some blood from her nose, gets up, and then bangs her jade forearms together. And what you see is almost like a blurring of her as she moves back into the research station. But as she moves back,
You have about 20 feet of movement left. Because you had to.
so wouldn't the duplicate be where I'm?
No, the duplicate is where you were when you used Step of the Wind.
Yeah. So wouldn't the duplicate replace my mini there?
So
I
don't
move
forget,
back in the house?
you are invisible currently. So this is how it works. You leave behind. So when you use this ability, Shadow of Self, when you use Step of the Wind, you're basically leaving behind an illusory duplicate, but you turn invisible.
Oh.
So there's like an illusory Jade stood there kind of almost beckoning this person on. And that illusory duplicate can't move or do anything, but it stands there almost like ready to fight. And then you're now invisible and you sort of pull away from the duplicate and you can do what you want.
Can I circle around the Primus so I'm behind him?
Yeah, so you go
Punch him in the back of the head.
10, 15, 20. You can get to about there with your movement.
Okay, so behind him.
Yep.
Can I still attack?
You can, because you can break your movement up in your attacks. Just because you are not prone doesn't mean that you can't attack again.
And would that break my invisibility?
It would, but you would have advantage on the attack roll because you're invisible.
Let's go.
That's pretty cool.
That's rad. Holy shit. How long does the invisibility last? How long does it last?
It normally lasts until it normally lasts for a turn, so it's only for a turn or until you attack or cast a spell. But in this case, the Primus is totally convinced that this illusory duplicate is you, and sort of looks menacingly towards you, almost bringing up a fist ready to attack. You kind of move round to the shadows, now cloaked by this invisibility of melee, as you use the Warrior of Secrets abilities, secret techniques, and then you appear from behind and just bam, slam the bell bow into it. So this is going to use our crunchy crits. So
I rolled a natural 20.
yes, so it'll be, what's your normal damage is D8 plus 3. So we would go to 11 and then another D8 roll, basically.
You've still got the take the highest, right?
And you do, yes, you do.
7 is the highest, so 10 points.
No, because you don't have the modifier again for a crit. We've already had the
18,
modifier. So it'd be 18.
7, yeah, okay, yeah.
It'd be 18, so...
Who punches a guy in the back of the head?
Yeah.
Me.
I just
Swap places with the illusion. The illusion still stands there, flickering for a brief moment. It lasts until the end of Jade's next turn. But yeah, you kind of, and now there are 2 lucky Jades. One stood still, sort of almost beckoning, and then the other one just bam. That was only your second attack, but you have used your bonus action for Step of the Wind. So no attacks
My
left.
second attack, I use my bonus action.
And move.
Okay.
That's your turn done, but pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
We go to Flo.
Oh, that's a cool bit. I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It is directly inspired by Naruto.
Hell yeah. Flo is going to. I don't know. I can't remember. Do I summon the hammer to me now, or
No. You would have summoned that beforehand.
So I have
yes.
it now.
Yeah,
Cool.
you have it now.
So I'm gonna raise up this amazing ornate warhammer in both hands. I'm gonna cast True Strike and strike this.
Smack this guy, yeah.
guy
So
in
this
front of me.
bejeweled blacksmith's blacksmith's hammer, basically, that you used your other warlock ability, your level 6 ability, I believe, which is Draconic Gift, which is you just get to, you do an hour-long ritual as part of a long rest, and you get to pick an uncommon magic item from your patron's hoard, basically. And then that item has a special, you can use it and things like that.
Cool.
And yeah, this is your special one.
Yes. So I'm gonna use True Strike on this.
Okay.
So I get plus
Your
6 to hit on
hammer
this
of
boy.
warning.
25.
25 will hit, yeah.
So then I need that's 2d6 fire damage.
Okay.
This guy. Max damage, 12 damage.
12 points of damage. Apologies.
Plus any?
23 damage.
Straight up, just plus 3, so 15.
15 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So you slam the True Strike hammer, this hammer blessed by Infernia, which is why you can choose to do radiant damage with it. And yeah, you slam it into this cultist. He goes reeling back, slammed up against the wall.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to Misty Step back out into the corridor behind me 30 feet.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Bam.
Oh, I'm also going to pick up the key. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
gonna grab the key.
Oh, you grab the key.
I'm holding the key.
Okay, when you grab the key, this is important. As you reach and touch it, this burning, freezing cold hurts your hand. That is 13 points of cold damage.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
So,
Well, you had basically that in temp
I had
HP.
that in temp HP,
yeah,
so I'm all
'cause that's from one of your warlock invocations.
Yeah.
You had that temp HP. So yeah, you kind of using the sort of protection of your pact, the Archdragon Infernia. You sort of shield your hand and grab this thing and then teleport away. But it's painful. It's painfully cold to hold this thing.
Yeah, she's wincing as she's misty stepping away.
Very cool though. We go to Kismet.
Nice. Now I have. So am I still dazed?
No.
Great.
End of your turn. Lance.
In that case, I
Neither is
will
Tensk.
flick a card up from the deck on my belt and slice it with my sword as it coats my my rapier with a magical energy as I cast a magic weapon
Very
on
cool.
myself for a bonus action, and then I have a multi-attack against this nerd.
Nice. Magic weapon. If you what level do you cast it at base? So it's a +1.
Yes, second level. It's a +1 bonus to attack rolls and damage
rolls. Nice.
Just in case this guy is resistant,
to
but I don't
things,
believe
yeah.
he is. Either way,
Hey, a +1 to hit attack and damage isn't going to hurt.
Yeah.
just checking all of my blade
song.
Blade work. Whenever you attack with a weapon with which you have proficiency, you can use your intelligence modifier.
Yes. So it basically becomes a spell attack for you. You can use your spell attack modifier for it.
Okay. Right, in that case, Rapier, the first one, which I believe is now a +8?
Yeah.
Damn. Nat 1! 9 to hit.
So that one, it automatically misses, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Second attack.
Yeah, but this one, though.
Let's go.
God, how did he riposte that? He's really well trained. 15.
15 will
does
hit.
So 1d8 plus, what would be 1d8 plus 3?
Well, it uses your intelligence modifier. Still.
To hit, right?
And
For
damage rolls.
And for damage?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh my god. So in that case, and it's a +1 for the magic weapon. So that's like 1,000,000.
It's gone very high.
So it's 1d8 plus 4. I got 7, 11 damage.
11 points of damage. Very nice. The strike, unfortunately, that first one sort of hunches its back, and the strike impacts against these crystals, which almost like push it back. There's almost this field of force. But the second one, you strike with a thrust, and this time it pierces through its flesh.
Yes. And I will stay here, let this thing... Actually, I might just cycle around so that I separate it from... Tensk, yes.
Hey, perfect. Yeah, you cycle around.
From it.
The Primus. The Primus is not very pleased with this appearance of this strange duplicated creature.
Get good, son.
So, the Primus.
This guy with tongues for legs, and he's like...
Yeah.
Primus.
As he walks along.
He's got regular legs.
Imagine tasting everything you step.
Okay, he's going to, as his action, he is going to blast both the illusory duplicate and the real Jade, because he doesn't know which one is which. So he's just going to blast you both. Obviously, the illusory duplicate, the blast passes through, and he now knows it's illusory, but it's going to go away very soon. So you see he fires out, and he has like these amethyst. It looks almost like earth skin, but it begins to glow and charge, and he thrusts out with psionic force. And then against Jade, that is going to be a 16 to hit.
Miss.
So you kind of throw yourself to the side as this blast, but he now knows which one is the real one. And then as my bonus action, I'm going to spend a fate point to use his amethyst eye, one of his other vault augment, his third one. I need a dexterity saving throw from you, please.
Okay.
As this thin beam of purple energy fires out of his weird alien eye.
Do I have any advantages on this? I don't think I do. You'd think a monk would.
I think you have evasion, but that's like when you
evasion.
take damage, you don't take any damage.
I have evasion. 19 plus 6, 25.
You matrix the shit out of this beam. It just sails past as it goes flying past you. And yeah, you can see he kind of grunts angrily.
Mediocre.
You, brother, stop dealing with that beast and come and help me defeat this wretch. We go to the top of the round. Tensk.
But it's so pretty.
Tensk is going to get to the doorway.
Okay.
Going to hop to the doorway, so he's within 25 feet of Primus.
Yes, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, yeah. I think if you go here, you are definitely.
He's going to do a little
15, 20, 25, yeah.
click pop whistle to Zest.
Okay.
Indicating that one of his actions is going to be Zest attacking.
Okay, so do you want to use your bonus action for Zest to attack, or do you want to use one of your attacks for Zest to attack?
I will use one of my attacks.
Okay, so you've got one attack for yourself and one for Zest. Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for
And
it.
I'm going to use a bonus action
Okay.
to do Ensnaring Strike on Primus.
Okay. Go for it. See if you hit.
It's going to hit.
You've got 3 points of fate, don't forget.
Yeah. Don't need it. 24.
Hits.
Oh, nice.
Let's do Primus. That is the Primus one. So Strength save.
Is a success. That's a natural 20.
Well, that fucking sucks, isn't it?
I'm afraid to say.
So that's 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. You made a certain choice with the blowgun. I respect it.
However, I
Zest.
Hunter's marked him.
You do, so you get an extra d6.
That's true.
Yeah.
2.
Okay.
Every little helps, bud.
Every little helps. And then Zest gets to attack. She gave up one of your attacks.
Probably going to do better.
That is the way.
Okie dokie. That is a 7 plus. Fuck me.
You'd think after 10 years of playing.
11.
That doesn't sound right. It's your spell attack modifier you use to attack with.
Not the creature's stats.
It's
The creature's based on his
It's
stats.
1d4 plus 3.
That's its
plus
damage.
your wisdom modifier.
That's its damage.
Spell attack. Yeah, you're right. Spell attack, which is a plus 6. So that's a 13.
Is not enough. But we need to learn so you know next time.
Yeah. It's for you guys at home.
Yeah,
Still
following along.
struggling with the concept of
Tensk, you fire your blowgun. The Primus shakes off the ensnaring vines that you try and summon. Zest tries to attack this creature, but it nimbly dodges out of the way.
super dope.
Cultists.
Really good.
Kismet
Hello. Try me.
attacks 14,
Miss.
22.
I can't riposte that.
You can't riposte
I
that.
can't parry that. Did I not take shield?
Why would you? You have your riposte.
Son of a... yeah, I'll just let that one go through. I let this one hit me.
5 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are thrown 10 feet back, which I'm going to have you go through that door into the storage room as it kind of slams you back with this enhanced sonic slam.
Big mistake. This is where they store all the killing guns.
Well, actually, in fact, it still has its movement, so I'm going to have it follow up its
Anti-awoken
movement.
cultist
After you.
guns.
Specifically the fuck that guy gun.
And then Tensk and Zest. The creature, the awoken cultist, is going to do that discharge power move where it begins to glow and explodes with power. I need a Constitution saving throw from Tensk and Zest.
8 for me.
Thanks.
That's a failure.
Natural 1.
It's a failure from both of you.
Dazed.
That is going to be only 3, 4, 5 points of force damage, but you are both dazed.
Oh, that's rough.
Failing a DC 10 is...
Yeah,
I wasn't
no, you're right,
expecting it
yeah.
to happen twice. Yeah.
Times
No,
10.
4
Yeah,
times.
4 times, technically. Then, now that you are both dazed and don't have reactions, it is going to run up 5, 10.
Does it
20.
need to know which one is illusory?
No, it does not. Because it's been proven that one's illusory because it
That's
got
the one I'm
blasted.
watching.
Yeah,
Looking at the moth.
He was fighting a moth.
He was fighting him off, but he knows.
He was hugging a
He
moth.
can't do anything. He's used his action, so he's just moving up to basically kind of surround you. We then go to, in fact, it is Jade's turn.
Okay. I will attack the Primus.
Okay.
What am I doing? This. 11 plus 6... 17 to hit.
17 will just barely hit. So do your damage.
6 points of damage. And I will Stunning Strike.
I'll do the stunning strike if I have to do that first. Constitution, yes?
15.
This is not a magical effect, so I don't get advantage on this. That is only a 12.
Stunned.
Stunned. I cannot use my reaction, which I was about to knock you back with.
Very rough.
So punch him again.
Yeah, and you have, I believe, being stunned.
Stun.
Stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move, and can speak only falteringly. You have an advantage on the attack rolls.
Nice.
Okay, and then, and the half, blah, 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 all of that. I will attack a second time, so I have advantage on this.
Yes.
19, 20, 21, 22,
Hits.
23, 24, 25. 10 points of damage.
You're just pummeling into this. You can feel that this body has had like pieces of crystal stuck into it, wedged into it. Metal has been grafted onto its skin.
Cool. I'm trying to decide whether to flurry or disengage. No, I will flurry because it's stunned.
Yep. I would say he's not looking, he's been beaten, but he's not looking too rough yet.
19. Oh, give me another 20.
Hits.
19 plus 6 to hit. 10 points of damage.
10 points.
Is flurry 2 or what is?
2, flurry. If you spend the focus point, it's 2.
19, give me a 20! It's another 19 plus 6 to
Hits.
hit. 7, 8, 9, another 10.
Another time, 10. Perfect. I mean, series of resounding blows. You can see this stunned dwarf is just being pummeled around like a punching bag. But the constitution, the sturdiness, the augments, it's still standing. We go to Flo if you're fully done. Well, you've used your action and bonus action, so.
Yeah, I was wondering whether or not to move, but I guess it would trigger an opportune...
From the cultist, yes. It would.
It's okay. I will stand here. My illusory duplicate
vanishes.
disappears.
Yes.
Cool.
That's
Flo is going to move 5, 10, 15 feet into the main room so you can see the cultist in the doorway.
Here,
Yeah. She's going to take one last drag on her cigar and then crush it in her hand. And as she does so, a ball of fire erupts into her hand.
Okay.
And she's going to throw a firebolt at this
Perfect.
lad in the door.
Don't forget you have 3 points of fate if you do want to spend any.
Go on then. I'll take
Go
a
on,
fate.
why not?
Cheeky little fate, why not?
Extra d6 to your attack roll.
10.
Total?
Yeah.
With your modifier, what did you roll?
2 2s.
Yeah.
So yeah. Unfortunately, that is a miss. As you kind of you do this really badass, cool thing. You fire the firebolt, and this creature just hunches and like runs, and it sails over its head.
That's
at
my
the
last
minute.
one! I'll use... How much movement I got left? 5, 10, 15... 5, 10, 15... I'll move
You've
back
used about 15.
towards the wall. 15 feet again. I'll just hunker back towards
You
the wall.
got 5 minutes. You can go there.
Yeah, I'll go back there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
All done.
All right.
Huge.
That sucks. Kismet.
Huge move.
Hello. Yeah, like I said, he just pushed me into the kill this guy room. So I'm going to kill this guy.
Okay.
It feels only right. I'll use my rapier once again with my multi-attack. Let's hit this guy.
Okay.
With hammers.
I'd love to see it.
Oh,
What happens?
I'd love somebody that isn't Lucky Jade to hit.
It's the kill this guy room.
yeah. Well, it's a kill this guy room, but I
kill
don't
this
think
guy?
I don't think 10 kills this guy.
Lord, everybody! Roll better!
But it's okay because I always
Contribute to society!
I fate them on the first attack and then I get a nat 20. Does a 9 hit?
No.
Do something!
Problem is, this room is too small to swing a rapier.
Use your body!
Oh,
Rapier,
wait, you
famously big sweeping strikes with a rapier.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying. I'm dazed.
Got a jab, not swing.
I've got a jab. Damn it.
Got a sharp on the edge.
Damn it. That's my problem.
End of your turn, Kismet?
Let's see.
We've
What
done
kind of
terribly.
bonus actions can
I
you
do?
do?
Yeah,
this whole
there's got to
turn?
be. Hang on. There's a huge bonus. Bonus action. Kill this guy.
Do that!
No, I don't think I will. For RP reasons, I won't use that ability.
All right, sure. I respect it.
I quite like the Awoken. I think I should stay alive.
Yeah.
Good lord!
Question, Stunning Strike, is the stun until the end of their next turn?
Sorry. I'm too busy being salty.
Yeah, I can tell. There's a whole other bit to this adventure we're not going to get to. I was not expecting this combat to take this long.
Hey, you have the
Until
power
start
to just...
of my next turn.
Start of your next turn. So he's dazed.
Yeah,
the Primus does nothing.
It's crazy because
Cry.
Tense.
awoken when they're stunned, they just explode.
I could do.
You could.
I want a chance to do some damage, please.
Tense.
I also forgot one of my cultists last turn.
Thanks. Hit the Primus with a blowgun last turn, right?
Yes.
Great, he's vexed.
Okay, so you have advantage on
yeah.
attack rolls against
Oh
him.
yeah, weapons.
He's stunned anyway.
Hang on a minute. Maybe I have some
Puts his
weapon
blowgun
abilities.
away and gets out his light crossbow.
That sounds like it does more damage.
And he's got the two little arms to do that, right?
Well, does a light crossbow count as a light weapon?
It's light.
Does it say it's light
Give us
Light.
something.
in its like traits?
Traits, tags, proficiency. I don't know. Where would it say that? It says light crossbow.
Yeah, okay, but a light weapon is not just because it's called a light crossbow doesn't mean it's
This
a light
one's
weapon.
made out of carbon fiber.
Okay, let's say it's sure. You're not using your big hands to do anything anyway, so sure, it doesn't matter. It's a moot point. But for the rules purposes, Dynastians can only carry light weapons in their secondary hands.
It's a really small light crossbow.
Sure. A hand crossbow, you could have equipped that. No. You have advantage.
Weird.
Natural 20. Plus 4, so 12.
Plus another D8, plus Hex, dude. So 12.
15.
15, plus another 6 for Hex, so 21, plus another D6.
24. Very nice.
With that.
That's a 10.
From the doorway, Tense pulls out this crossbow. The stunned Primus is there. You're gearing up to deliver these final blows, and just as the Primus is taken out by this critical hit crossbow from downtown.
Kill.
Can I say, with a nat 20,
Yeah.
it hits him in the other eye, not the amethyst eye,
Okay.
but it pops that eye out
Yeah.
onto the floor.
Okay.
Tense is gonna scuttle over and lick it.
Sure. Yeah, you got the movement.
Just rapidly and horridly.
15,
Just a little.
30. Yeah, I will say it will be an action for you to lick it, so you won't get your next attack.
Fine.
Okay.
He raises it up.
You critical hit the thing. There's still cultists around, but you run up.
And he raises it above. Huzzah.
Well, here's the thing. This eye that you have purposely had fall out and now put near your mouth, can you make a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
Absolutely. That is a 19.
19. You manage to get a taste, but you feel this thing tries to like go into your mouth and like try to kind of pull itself into you. And you sort of,
Yeah, all 4 arms block.
and it just drops into the snow.
He's just gonna stamp on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You hear the squelching smush.
Bad.
Perfect. Tense, end of turn.
Yeah.
Nothing else you want to do?
I did 1 attack.
Yeah, I did say your other attack is going to be tasting the thing, but you still have a bonus
That's
action.
actually fair.
You still have a bonus action.
I will give that to Zest,
Okay.
who's going to move in to help Kismet.
Okay. He can attack actually if you use a bonus action.
Yeah, so he's gonna do a little ticky. That's a nat 1.
Nat 20 to nat 1. D&D, everybody.
Big old swing.
Amazing. All right, Tense, that is your go. Le cultists.
It turns out, by the way, it's been a long time since I've used weapons. Yeah, I also have Vex on my rapier as well.
Do you have weapon mastery? It doesn't matter if the weapon, you have to have weapon mastery with it as well.
Yeah.
I don't believe you do. Flo, 2 attacks coming at you from some of these remaining cultists. These things fly into a frenzy, by the way.
Yeah.
As soon as the Primus is down, the crystals begin to spark and glow, and they just screaming like the Last of Us zombies.
Honestly,
basically.
same.
First attack was a miss, by the way. It was only an 8, but the second one is a 22.
Yep.
That is going to be 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and then also because you are up against a wall, I'm going to do another 1 bludgeoning damage to you as it slams into you. And then Kismet,
Hello.
17 to hit.
Nope.
And your blade song, 23 to hit.
Damn it.
4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Flying
Push
to
me
the back of the room.
That's where I left my kill this guy gun.
So It's coming.
Here it comes.
It's coming.
Here it comes.
It's coming. Jade,
Yeah, I'm gonna hit this guy.
turn around and smack him.
Actually do that.
Yeah.
Because you're the only one that can.
Watch me roll. 13 plus 6,
Hits.
19.
Oh, yeah.
Never misses. Never misses.
4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage.
Okay. Still up.
Yeah, let's do attack number 2. 16 plus
Hits.
6 to attack.
She can't miss. She can't miss.
10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. She's dead.
That's how you do it, guys. That's how you do it.
Right.
Double taps it.
That's where we go.
Forearm.
That's where you're going wrong.
You still got your movement and bonus action.
Yeah, I'm gonna move towards the one that's attacking Florence. Floric.
15, 20, 21, 20.
Well, there's Florence, and that's the machine.
But I don't think I've got bonus actions, but I don't think I can unless I flurry of blows.
You can also just do a normal one strike and it doesn't cost you anything. So you can use a bonus action to do one unarmed strike.
I'll do a normal.
Or if you want to do flurry, you can spend focus by all means.
I'll do a normal one.
Okay.
11 plus 6.
Hits. Why wouldn't it?
8 points of damage.
Oh, 8. Just a nice, chill 8 points of damage. Yeah, you come in and just slam into this thing, just taking everything to town.
3
Nice,
hits
nice.
in a row.
Doing the work.
3 hits
Flo.
in a row.
Yeah, Flo's going to true strike with fire damage again on this guy.
Okay. Bring the blacksmith's hammer up, your gift. Maybe not.
I swear to God.
There one. There one. Is it 3?
Well, hang on, what's the total here? 9.
Doesn't hit.
Am I going to
it.
have to kill another cultist? Yeah.
No.
We just move on. Yeah.
Have you got multi-attack?
No, it's all right. Kismet's up next.
Okay. I'm going to charge forward, and this time remembering that you stab with rapiers.
Okay.
Use that bit.
So,
Do something.
does an 11 hit?
No.
Oh, God.
Are you at? What are you rolling?
What is happening?
But like, why can't you roll above a 7 or something?
You fucking tell me!
Do you want to try a second attack?
I think I'm going to use fate on this one.
You're gonna use fate on
There
this
we
one?
go. Come on.
That's why it exists.
What did you roll?
It might be enough, guys. It might be enough.
What's it? Its AC is 15, right?
I'm not telling you. What did you get?
14.
It is a hit. Its AC is 14.
Okay.
Its AC is 14.
Okay. Here we go.
We got there.
Here we go. 1d8 plus 4.
Don't tell me.
5?
5.
You plunge the rapier in. The mad creature. It just begins pulling. No, it pulls itself towards you, trying to punch you. Your rapier's still stuck in its body.
We TPK here.
No, you guys.
I'm fine.
You're not going to TBK.
I'm fine.
Jade's here.
I'm absolutely fine.
This is going to be.
It's not even attacking my actual HP right now. Thanks. Thanks very much to
Yes,
you.
exactly. Yeah.
Thank you very much to you.
You're contributing.
Yeah, you're
You
contributing.
contributed. You unlocked the door.
Yeah.
You detected magic. What has he done?
I did 5 plus damage to this guy. 5.
This guy stole my kill.
10.
He did get that 20.
It's your go.
Amazing. I'm going to, firstly, use one of my attacks to allow my zest.
Zest.
to attack.
Yeah. Go for it.
Get it, Mothman.
Come on. Please. Come on.
What is happening?
I can't do this. All right, second attack.
Second attack.
Yeah.
Can I give him another attack?
You can only give up one, but you can use your bonus action to make him attack.
Oh my God,
Yeah, I'll do
Rihanna.
that.
Okay. And then you could use your attack to shoot your crossbow at the one.
If I,
wanna
yeah,
get
I can get an angle, right?
Yeah, you
I
literally
can
move
get in
here.
the door. Sweet. Okay, here Zest goes again. Okay, that hits.
It does it?
It's a 13
Plus
plus my spell attack.
6, 19.
19.
Hits.
Fuck me. These guys are so fucking wobbly. 1d4 plus 3. This is worth it. 7
7. Is it 1d4 plus 3 plus something?
plus my wisdom. 6. So 10 points.
10 points of damage.
10.
Slashing.
You watch Kismet as
don't.
your rapier is in this thing. You just sort of take you, and then from behind you see this flapping white, fluffy, adorable moth. And he just starts biting into the creature's neck. It like short circuits several of the arcane crystals. Like green, purple blood sprays everywhere, and the creature twitches and falls down.
No, dude, I got stolen by a moth.
A cute fluffy moth?
A moth stole my kill.
Tense, you still have one action left if you want to crossbow shoot the last remaining one.
Yes, please. Check this fucking shit. Okay. 19.
Hits! This one's very weak.
Dope. 1d8.
8 plus 4. 12. You snipe it, and this one goes down as well. Oh my god!
It's the killer.
See what happens when people hit with attack rolls?
3 kills.
I got 3.
Nice.
High 5.
Double high five.
Next time.
Don't worry, we'll go next time.
Go next time.
50,000 people.
Failed.
5 researchers used to live here. Mission failed.
4 heroes used to live here.
Now it's a ghost town. The Awoken are defeated.
Oh, slupped.
You sort of emerge, the creatures having been defeated.
I thought it was a past tense of slept, but it's already a past tense.
The GM's gonna blow this facility up.
Sorry.
Some auto-destruct is activated silently.
That's my problem. We haven't slopped.
Listen, we're not leaving until we finish the one-shot, so we're just, you're only extending how long you're in the studio. It's going to be 3 a.m. in the studio in Bristol.
We're still here.
Yep, but hey, there we go. So yeah, the Awoken, this Primus, this dwarf who seems to have been leading them, lays at your feet. The Awoken cultists, their bodies still twitch and spasm every now and then, even though their life is long gone. The metal tentacle that came out of the Primus's back occasionally still slithers and pushes the snow around outside. But you have the capacity to investigate further or do whatever you wish. There is still no sign of these researchers.
Can I investigate the Primus's body?
Yes, you can, yes.
Can I see from the doorway that Flo is holding a very cold device that's changing, that has a weird shape?
Somebody take this from me. It's freezing cold.
So fucking cold.
So cold. I hate it.
Painfully cold to hold.
What is this? And changes to a purple.
I think it's the key. Pretty sure it's the key. Kismet!
Oh, did someone say key? I stumble out of this room. Did you say you have a key?
I think this might be the key. It's
the key?
Bloody freezing cold, mate.
I mean, okay.
Take it.
When you take it, you take 7 points of cold damage.
Oh, I should have warned you about that, sorry. It hurts.
Continuously or like?
You take 7 points of cold damage.
Okay. Okay, take it back.
I don't want it back, you want it.
Okay, I'll take it. No, you take it.
7 points.
I was going to say, anytime anybody touches this thing, so...
No, you take it.
You take it.
In an alternate timeline, that happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we flash back to the real timeline, and that hasn't.
Yeah. Just their bodies on the floor with this thing between them.
Yeah.
I think I saw a device in here that we can use it on. Almost certainly saw a device in here. Just go in here.
So did you take it through into the vault entrance?
Yeah.
The Primus vault. What did you? So you wanted to roll investigation on the Primus, or just investigate?
Perception. I just want to rummage his pockets.
Yeah, that's called investigation.
Okay.
Jake. Yeah, that's you can't just perception your way through everything.
I still have
Advantage?
Advantage.
You do.
18 minus 1, 17.
17. You rifle through the Primus and you find crude pamphlets, several of them that have that same purple hand symbol with the same slogan. On the back, though, there is more writing which speaks in cryptic manner about joining the Violet Cabal. The gifts of the ancients will be revealed to you. You will be stronger. You will be able to resist those who oppress you. Join us. We are always seeking new kin. It's a recruitment poster for this cult, basically, that this figure. You would probably discover a small writ that identifies this dwarf as a man called Ungard Harrispex, a mason of the Kalon guilds. He is a guild member of Stonemasons Guild.
Oh, God.
But apart from that, the disgusting metal tentacle is grafted into his spine. And the other thing, what was the other thing that he has on him? You see that sort of you prise open his mouth and he does not have a regular tongue. It is this tri-split, sort of almost slug-like alien creature that has been, again, sewn and grafted onto his natural tongue. His body is covered in these amethyst earthskin growths, but also amethyst crystals have been embedded and sort of implanted into his veins, into any part of his body that he could really muster. And you also imagine that eye socket, he surgically removed his own eye to then put the thing that Tensk popped in there.
Cool. I'll pocket any like paraphernalia that I can easily take. Part of my reporting. And then I guess, can I? So the tent's destroyed the eye.
Yes.
Is the arm still waggling around?
The tentacle, it probably has stopped sort of squirming, but you can see it's metal and it's bolted, like infused into his spine. It would be somewhat difficult to remove, possible but difficult.
Okay. I think in my head, I just have just an idea of landing one kind of foot blow on it and severing it,
You could try. Yeah. There's a great risk that you'll damage the thing itself if you don't make an extremely accurate.
I just want to deactivate it.
If you just want to destroy it, you can destroy it. Yeah. There's it was more if you wanted to keep it intact, but if you want to destroy it, you spend a few moments just stomping and breaking and
I feel like
smashing.
With Jade's background, she doesn't really understand proto-magi stuff.
Sure.
And seeing this thing, it's
on
a primal level, it's just so grotesque. She just one blow kicks it, severs it from the Primus.
Whilst Jade is doing that, what are the rest of you guys doing? So is everyone gathered around the vault entrance with Kismet while Jade's outside?
I'll join these guys once
once you're finished, you kind of join them. What are you guys doing?
I have a key. Does it look like it reacts in any particular way?
It doesn't react. It's freezing cold. And as you look at it and look at this indentation in this metal lotus iris, they don't match. The thing that you're currently holding is this twisted, almost like a ball that's then exploded outwards, like a spiked sphere. The thing that you're looking at is much more symmetrical and geometric. It's like lines. It's more straight lines. This is all fucked up and spiky.
Can I? Because if it hates the cold, it probably doesn't twist or malform in the cold. So can I use elementalism to beckon fire and try to?
So when you do that, as soon as you beckon elementalism and your hand begins to glow and heat, you see that immediately that intense cold pain dies away and the metal begins to sort of reform, and it begins to slowly coalesce inwards, becoming a perfectly round sphere.
Okay.
And as you continue heating it, it reshapes itself into a rod, and then it begins to prong outwards in these shapes, and it forms a perfect match for the indentation.
Nice. Is everyone ready? Everyone healthy?
Yes.
Good? Alive? Does anyone have any healing?
I have this potion.
That's quite a lot.
I have a little trick.
A trick? I like tricks.
Okay, well, give me your hand. I will take Kismet's hand, and gold light flows from the jade bangles and the runes into Kismet, and you shall be healed 2d4 plus 4.
Nice. Good. I'm on 6 HP. Is the reason I say.
Could have the potion of healing.
I almost died to holding a key.
10 points.
10 points. 10 points.
So if you really had passed it back and forth, even once, probably
that would have done it. If I juggled it even a little bit, in that case, yes, I will put the key in the place.
You place it in, and the metal begins to warp and shift and begins to. It begins to sort of fold outwards like a lotus blooming almost, and intense warmth radiates through this shimmering orange portal that the lotus was sort of concealing within. Intense warmth, pleasant, after being in the cold for so long. Finally, you feel that kind of pleasant, warm sensation, almost like being in front of a warm fire, begins to radiate over you. The key that you had pops out and just lands on the floor, basically.
Are we going?
Tense goes through.
Tense plows through. Zest follows.
I'll go through.
Jade goes through.
I guess we're going in. You coming?
I've heard stories about Proto-Magi vaults and the dangers within.
It's a good story, though, isn't it?
Yeah, really dramatic.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Terrifying. Exciting.
All right,
Let's
fine.
go.
I love to learn.
All right.
Hate to die.
A t-shirt.
So.
Oh, okay. It's gnarly in here, huh?
Okay, I will be back just very shortly.
Oh, he just flips that map and then leaves. Now what are we gonna do?
What are we doing?
We're in hell!
That's what the Proto-Magi portal
We're
does.
godless!
We are godless now.
What can I lick nearby?
It
The
looks
orange
like
stuff looks pretty good.
the orange stuff is probably like Cheetos.
I think that's an orange glow from a light source. I think it's just light.
It's not lava?
Can we taste light?
It's just lighting up that area.
I thought it was like lava.
It is but underneath that thing, but
No, I think you can sup.
Sup the rainbow.
Sup the rainbow, taste the rainbow. What's he doing back there?
Rummaging.
Doing something that I should have done before we started.
didn't expect us to reach this.
No.
Thought we'd 2PK in the previous fight. Almost did.
So good.
It was so close. Like, I had 6 HP.
You know how sometimes we say, like, I'm proud of us. What's the opposite of that?
Hey, all I did was roll a dice. Watch this. 12 plus, I would have hit. Watch this. 9 plus, I would have hit. Watch this. 17. Now they're all here.
All good.
You just used them all up. Now it's going to be bad again.
12 plus. Once DM's at the table, though, you better believe they're all going to be inverted.
Are you?
Oh, let me test this. Now they're back.
I just wanted that one.
Fucking 2!
So you're saying that Mara emits like a magnetic field that
It's
makes your
the
dice...
only explanation.
Siphon.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
So,
Got mutant powers.
I got
as
all good.
you all step through, an intense heat overwhelms you. Coming from that freezing cold, suddenly you begin to sweat as you find yourselves in what almost feels like the interior of some machine. You are in tight obsidian glass corridors that you can see kind of head off ahead of you. Around you, behind that black glass, you can see the glow of elemental fire and magma kind of moving as if directed by some great current. And overhead, you see these bizarre metal pipes of a shiny silver that you don't recognize as any metal on Altheya. You can see Tenskin and Lucky Jade. I think you guys immediately can tell with your sort of heightened perception and senses. You notice that there are sort of not dusty footprints, but sort of markings or like not indentations, but condensation almost left of footprints that sort of lead in that direction, several of them about 4 or 5. Some of them small, some of them medium-sized. But you also quickly notice that up ahead, what looks to be like a toothbrush has been dropped, and some scattered papers a little bit further along from that is what you see. That's what you see when you all arrive inside.
Tensk will flip his colours to orange and say to Lucky Jade, probably things of the researchers.
I agree. I imagine if they thought they were being attacked, perhaps this was the safest place for them to go, but
Probably still danger.
where is here?
Proto-Magi. Vault. Already plundered.
So proceed with caution, I suppose.
Yes, there could still be Proto-Magi enemies. And Tensko's going to walk ahead with Zest slightly in front.
Yeah.
Again, scouting.
Okay, you guys move ahead. You find yourself winding your way through these narrow corridors. It sort of doubles backs on itself several times, but you see a couple more signs of people that have come this way. You see what looks like probably some fumbled cloaks or clothing that's been dropped, and more tracks and things like that that lead away. You don't encounter any creatures. You don't see any sort of defensive runes or anything like that along that journey. And in fact, you make your way, winding your way through these corridors until you arrive into a much larger open space where more of this strange machinery seems to emanate from, and a large round metal sphere full of crystals that seem to be pulsing in rhythm with the magma flows and the fire that's all around you, and sort of huddled sort of around this machine quite defensively, you see a scattering of various faces. All look like academics. They hold shakingly daggers and maybe one has got a light crossbow with 2 bolts, one in there and one sort of in their teeth kind of clutched as they hear footsteps coming towards you. But you see sort of stood in front of them holding out one hand and a sort of staff raised pointed in your direction is that little halfling wizard in the blue tunic. Sweat covered, looks exhausted, like bags under his eyes. One of his glass lenses is all broken and busted, but he sort of stood there quite angrily. And you just hear this like, "Now don't you come any closer, you awakened bastards, I'll kill you!"
Is that Timothy? Timothy!
Yes, Timothy Keppercottle.
Keppercottle. Kismet from the Arcane Circle, Arctic Professor.
Professor Kismet?
Yes, it's been a long day.
I remember seeing you in the academia. Oh, my goodness.
Right. I know.
Oh, we're saved, fellows. We're saved. Maurice, I told you they'd come. I told you that they were sending supplies, and you must have got my magic mouth message at the research station. That's how you knew to get the key. That's how you knew. Loyal servants of the Scions.
Yes,
I knew it.
I was thinking it was very ingenious of you to place it where you placed it.
Indeed, and of course, and then when you were near the portal, you heard my magic mouth message.
Remind me where you placed it.
What the magic mouth message?
Magic mouth
it was right by the portal. You obviously heard it when you were there. Otherwise, how else would you have known about the key?
Indeed. Timothy?
Yes.
Professor
Kismet, what are your... Also, all of you, thank you so much.
Oh, not a problem. Flo, nice to meet you.
Oh, my goodness, yes, very big, thank you.
Let me get your glasses there a bit. They're broken. I'll just cast mending on...
Oh... it's one of those cantrips that I never bloody bothered to learn. And I suddenly was there with one of my broken lenses and I thought, you know what, I bloody wish I'd learnt mending. And none of these lot know it. They're all academics. They're not even real wizards.
I don't know it either.
It's a shade.
Well, no, listen, aren't you? Well, no, technically we're not wizards. We're scholars. We're researchers. We don't do magic. We sort of study things. Timothy's an actual mage. He's the one. That's why he's the head researcher. But anyway, thank you all. Thank you all for saving us.
It's quite all right. We had to dispatch quite a few awoken outside the...
Those horrid things.
Have they been harassing you for...
No, it was... I'd set out a few alarm spells and a few sensors out in the snow, and obviously you saw the research station. If you seal the doors with the wards and things, it's quite well defended. And so I sent out a sensor, I sent out an arcane eye to keep watch on what was happening, and yes, we saw the Awoken and they were coming towards the research center, so we sealed all the doors, but the leader had some sort of ability to dispel and to bring down our wards, and so we held them off as long as we could. We barricaded it all and tried to reinforce the seals, and we had enough time to grab a few things. I grabbed and stashed the key and left my magic mouth message, and then we sort of ran in here as the only real way that we thought to be safe.
Well,
so the magic mouth message was by the portal.
Yes, of course. Triggered by when one of you said one of the names of the Saints or Scions, being true servants of the Empire, surely.
Yes. No, that's what happens. We found a key, so...
Yes, of course.
Tense changes his amber to a red, just slowly flips it down.
But you're here now, what matters? And you dealt with the Awoken, they're dead?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And,
Yes, we dispatched them.
we?
Marvellous. Marvellous. Well, we can get out of here.
Shall we get you back? Because I feel like this is going to generate a considerable amount of paperwork for you all.
Possibly for the academia, yes.
Almost certainly.
It's when you say paperwork and that, the whole vault shakes.
The vault hates paper.
Hates paper. The metal sphere with the crystals that you're in, it seems that you've only been speaking for probably not even a few minutes. One of the things I think that you probably would have noticed, Lucky Jade and Thensk as well, you noticed that the crystals had been sort of blinking in sequence. And as you arrived, it began blinking more rapidly. And over a bit of time, the whole device seems to shudder and all of the lights go off. And you see Timothy's just saying, well, that's peculiar. That's never happened before. There shouldn't be anything to worry about, though. This place was looted by adventurers long ago. There's nothing, there's no monsters or anything still here. I can't imagine. And then you hear it rumble again, and all of the crystals illuminate, and you begin to see pieces of the crystalline walls begin to detach, and they begin to mold and shape, and the metal grates and the metal pipes begin to kind of flow in as a enormous, huge creature.
Good lord.
Oh my god.
And
Timothy? Has the vault ever done this before?
Tim!
Hey, Tim.
I suggest
Hey, Tim.
we run. Tim, buddy.
Hey,
Tim.
Tim. Hey, Tim, what the fuck is up, Tim?
And with that, I'm just going to nestle everybody into a nice square, and we are going to roll initiative.
All right.
You get advantage because I got my hammer.
Is that?
Yeah, advantage
Hammer of
is
warning!
true. Hammer of warning.
Hammer of warning!
I imagine that as this creature, before it begins to form, as those lights are going on, if everyone's confused, you get this immediate sense, Flo, something is very wrong and something is coming now.
Yeah.
And that's when the creature begins to form, and that gives you guys all advantage on your initiative.
Nice. Cool.
So
Hammer
we
of
have
warning.
Flo,
That's cocked. I'm going to roll that again.
Jade,
God.
Wasted.
and then we have the researchers,
That's where you want him, on initiative.
10 out of 10.
and then the Vault Guardian. All right, Flo, what do we get?
21.
21. Kismet,
I got a 14.
14. Jade,
22.
22. Tensk,
15.
15. Perfect. The poor common researchers are going at a lovely 11.
Do they have advantage as well?
They would, wouldn't they?
Everybody within 30 feet.
Yeah, so they were 12. One better.
Pathetic, low life Scott.
Tim,
No magic.
Can't cast spells.
Mending.
Didn't see this coming.
18 for Tim.
Come on.
And then the Vault Guardian, who does not get advantage, I imagine,
You're not an ally.
is going last.
I bet these lowly fucking idiots didn't know where the magic mouth was as well.
So, as the creatures, the Vault Guardian, this colossal construct of black glassy obsidian and metal, crystal glowing in its chest, a great sword forms in its hand. Intruder detected. Intruders detected. Activating targeting priority. And begins to scan you all. The whole place begins to shake, and you can tell that this vault is growing unstable. It is first up is Jade.
Okay. I want to attack and try and get a stunning strike on it.
Okay.
So we'll...
So you move up to it. So 5, 10, 15 feet. This thing towers over you, Jade. It is a huge creature.
Can I roll a fate with this one?
You can add a fate to the attack roll.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 to hit.
23 will hit. You can see that although this creature is very hard and tough, it does not look particularly agile or quick.
7 points of damage, and I will
points of
use the
damage.
focus point to stunning strike.
I will tell you
But
now,
it
it has
is-
no effect on it.
Okay.
The stun, it is immune to being stunned.
Okay.
You did punch it in the
But
ankle.
you punch it, and immediately its obsidian head turns towards you. Priority target identified. And it looks down towards you, Jade.
Right. May I suggest?
There's a chance it was looking for hostility.
Shut up and run.
Still have your turn left, Jade?
So that's
You've used 15 feet of movement and 1 attack.
So I will Step of the Wind to...
So, Step of the Wind will give you dash. You'll need to spend a focus point if you want to disengage when you do it.
I will do that. So I will do a focus step. I will spend 1 focus point.
Okay.
Step of the Wind, GT,
And then
F,
you can...
O.
So that will give you an extra 45 feet of movement. You'd only spent 15, so you currently have 75 feet of movement.
I go.
You go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. You are making your way down these narrow, tight corridors, Jade, as you run. Flo, you are up next.
Yeah, Flo's just gonna, yeah, it wouldn't make a good story, but I can't tell the story if I die. And yeah, she's just gonna dash, 60 feet, and then I'm going to Adrenaline Rush as a bonus action for another 60 feet.
25, 30 feet, because you gain 30 feet for each dash, so 90 you're gonna
90.
get total. 5,
Yeah.
10, 20, 25, well that's 75, 80, 85, 90. Trot, can you just pop Flo 1 step ahead? 2 spaces ahead, sorry. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so Flo, you just spend your whole turn, you just book it out there. Okay, perfect.
Don't read.
How did I book it here?
Tim will cast Expeditious Retreat on himself, and then get the hell out of there as well.
The scholars.
Research team.
Wait.
Out.
He's yelling like, get out! And he will rush up behind Jade. We then go to Kismet. Oh, no, sorry, Tensk first, then Kismet. Yeah,
is
Tensk.
going to, using his light crossbow, try an ensnaring strike.
Okay.
So you have advantage because it's a large or larger creature, right?
Yes. So you have to attack to hit it first.
Yeah.
One day.
So yeah, that hits. 17 plus 9.
It will hit. Do damage.
Yep.
I got a 20 on my saving throw.
Cool.
Oh, I have advantage, hang on. No, 20 is
5 points of damage because I rolled a 1.
5 points of damage. When you strike it with a ranged attack, the creature, new target identified, priority established. Yay. So that was your action, unless you want to attack it again.
No, what I'm going to do is run.
Okay.
Zest is going to just hop onto my shoulder.
20, 25, 30. Zest is with you. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. After that, then it is Kismet.
So these guys, the other researchers, have still yet to run.
Yeah, they're like panickingly looking around like, Tim, oh, we gotta go.
Oh, annoying. I kind of want to be at the back.
Hold your turn.
I am going to...
Hold an action.
I could hold an action, yeah. Can I hold just a movement action?
You can. You basically hold action to move.
Okay, but if I wanted to cast... I want to cast Gust of Wind.
Okay.
Which is just a constant line of wind just buffeting this thing back as much as I can.
Sure.
And then I want to, stay at the back. Just
if you spend your action to cast a spell, then you can't hold an action.
I will... In that case, I will just...
You're focusing on casting the spell.
Yeah, move to the center-ish, enough for them guys to get behind me.
Sure.
And then, cast this gust of wind spell at them.
What spell am I? What save am I making?
So it has to make a strength save, which is probably going to pass.
Well, I don't know. I just rolled really badly. 11.
That fails. Oh. Wow. So it gets pushed 15 feet away from me in a line.
Disappears off the map.
And it disappears off the map. It falls into lava. No, it did! But it also has to spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves.
Yes. It's like double it, halves its movement, basically.
Why did you say that?
Yeah, I know.
You need to go to Slupt.
Yes, I'm just going to keep that going. It's a concentration spell.
Okay.
And I'm going to yell at the other researchers. Go on,
I think because it failed the saving throw that it would register this as an attack, so it focuses on you, Kismet. Priority target identified.
I'm just calling it down.
Okay. Yeah, sure. End of turn?
End of turn.
All right. The researchers all make their run. They're going to be, unfortunately, chokeholded by Big Beetle Man, who is in the way. Hello. As they begin to panic and make their way through. And then the Vault Guardian's turn.
Oh dear.
At the start of its turn,
Push.
I'm going to spend a fate point
No.
to use its Erect Barrier. And you see it's like establishing defensive protocols.
Oh my god.
Okay.
As it
Barrier the
flow in
wall.
front of you, a magical field of energy stretches across the corridor. It does look tangible. It looks, like a wall, but it and forms in front of you, and it does seem pretty solid. That is at the start of its turn. Then I am going to... the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use its crystalline missiles attack against Kismet.
Sounds like a ranged thing, right? Yeah.
That is going to be... That was cocked. Pretty bad. I'm rolling bad now. 14.
Does not hit.
You dodge to the side, dash aside as the gust of wind is also helping blow these kind of pieces of itself. It launches from its shoulders, slamming into the ground around you.
Nice.
That was half of its attacks. Is then going to use 20 feet of movement, 5, because that's half of its 40 feet. 5, 10, 15, yeah.
Yeah, it's enough.
And then it brings its giant crystalline sword down on you. That is a 25 to hit.
25?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll probably... I've just seen my health. Why did I do this?
That is going to be 14 points of slashing damage. You are knocked prone. Are you prone already?
In a vault.
Prone.
You're prone.
Okay.
That is its turn.
Good.
Are you out?
Good.
Pursuing fleeing individuals.
No, I mean...
Targeted.
In
Priority
its
targets.
visuals, it sees like a health bar on next to
Can I
me.
have a concentration check for your gust of wind?
Concentration 11.
It would be a success.
That's a pass.
So the gust of wind, you're still blowing this, trying to, force this thing back. We go to the top of the brand new round. Jade.
Come on, Jade.
So there's a wall of energy.
There is a magical field that has appeared. It does look attackable. It does look like it can be broken, but it is made of magic, so it will probably be difficult.
Okay, I'm going to use my last focus point to pull back the veil once again.
Feel your senses enhance all around you.
And then I'll attack this wall.
Okay, so you move up next to Flo.
Punch that wall.
I'm going to punch a wall.
Punch a hole in that wall.
In.
Punch it. Natural 20.
I'll do it.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to need you to roll damage on this, though.
Yeah, okay,
You got
so...
8.
So that's the extra dice.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 8 plus, what's your normal
8
modifier?
plus 3.
So 11 plus
Plus
another 8,
8.
19.
19.
That is halved because this thing is resistant to the damage type you are dealing.
I can use empowered strikes, which empowers my fist
Is it force
with
damage?
Force.
Do you want to do force damage?
I feel like that's going to rebound back onto me, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm asking you, do you want to do bludgeoning damage or force damage?
Force.
Okay, it is still resistant. It does not reflect back onto you, but it is resistant to it.
I'll attack again. Ooh, not good. 7 plus 6.
7 plus 6 will hit.
Okay.
I mean, it's a big wall. It's hard not to hit it.
Watch me.
7 points of damage.
So 3
Yeah.
is not. It is cracked. It is. You can see cracks emanating through the magic. It is flickering, but it's still standing.
I don't have any more key focus points.
So you just do one unarmed strike.
So one unarmed strike. Oh, it's getting worse. Stop looking at me, you two.
What'd you roll there, huh?
I rolled a 4.
Oh, that's bad!
6 is 10.
It's still enough to hit an
It's
animal.
still enough to hit, so sit down, little man.
I was trying to hit a Weasley little man. You're trying to punch a wall.
10 points of damage.
With that, the last blow, bam, bam, Jade, your like forearms harmonating with magic, just slam into this thing, and that last blow shatters the barrier, and it is disabled.
Why can't I harmony?
I didn't do it. I was sitting on it so hard.
I'm
moving.
moving. Someone else
Get
to do that
zooming.
for me. Get Tristan.
45.
All right, then Flo, you are up next after Jade.
Yeah, I think Flo seeing the wall crack, and then she'll turn around and see Kismet on the floor, and I think like the vistal marks on her arm will like flare up,
You're around the corner.
and then
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can't see him. You can't
That's why
see
Jade
through the
ran.
corridor.
Echoing down the corridor.
I'm down.
I'd say you can hear him cry out.
Jade just ran.
Let him die.
Just let him die.
We have got to get through this. You've got to continue with your turn. You have to continue with your turn.
yeah, then I will.
The funnies are there, but just do your turn.
I'm gonna go backwards, go back 30 feet. Oh my god. Do you have enough?
You think you can get to the corner? You can go one
corner.
more. She can go one more.
One more? Yeah. And then can I cast Firebolt at this
Yeah,
Vault guy?
sure.
Big guy.
You absolutely can.
17 to hit.
Or hit.
2d10 plus 3 fire damage. 9 fire damage.
Now, normally it's resistant to fire damage, but you have Elemental Adept, which means you ignore resistance. So that is another 9 points of fire damage.
Is this a large creature?
It's a huge creature.
I can push back large or smaller.
Bigger than large.
Bigger than large, okay.
So the firebolt slams into it, but it doesn't have enough force to knock it back.
Cool.
But you do see that it scorches the obsidian and the metal as it sort of reacts. New priority target identified as it locks onto you.
Good. But everyone, get ahead of me! Go, go, go!
All right. After Flo, we have Tim, who
Expeditiously
will
retreated out
just
of
keep
there.
running. Yeah, he basically gets behind Jade, basically.
Pushes back a researcher. Slow it down!
Use your body.
10, scroll it! You're up to...
Very smart, Tense says to Flo and goes past. 5, 10,
Yeah, get out of there.
30, 35, 40. This is regular movement.
Uh-huh.
Dash.
80 foot down.
You can't... Well, actually, you can move through allies, I'm going to say. The researchers...
It's a halfling and a dwarf. so-
Yeah, I'd say you're all right. Okay, so you just dash. That's your whole turn. You're just getting the hell out of Dodge. All right, okay. Kismet, it's your turn.
Well, I'm gonna try and get the as a bonus action. I can continue the gust of wind, so I'm gonna try and push it back again.
Okay.
Strength save, baby girl.
Oh, that's going to be 23.
No, that's crazy because it needed 24. No, I read it wrong. 14. This
thing looks impossibly strong. It's amazing that you managed to it failed the first time.
Yeah, it's annoying because these researchers still haven't gone. Oh no, wait. Actually, the gust of wind is coming from me where I currently am.
Yeah.
So if I run away, I'll spend half my movement getting up.
Yeah, so you literally, with your 15 feet of movement, you go 5, 10, 15 behind them.
And then I'm just gonna action dash to carry on.
That will put you ahead of the researchers, and the gust of wind will.
But the gust of wind is where I was.
Oh, where it was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or alternatively,
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Do you not have?
There you go.
Fine.
No, it's fine.
That's fine.
what were you asking?
Kismet rushes ahead. The researchers, I think now that there's not a giant beetle man, they can make their way properly. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then they'll dash again. I'm just going to move them all to roughly here. Can you move those guys 30 feet? Thank you, Chris Trott. So they are fleeing. And then it's the Vault Guardian's turn.
So it does have to spend double movement on like.
Only to get past where
Yeah.
you were. So that's going to be like basically 10. And then I'd say 20, and then it's past it, basically. It begins smashing through this corridor. It does slow it down a little
good.
bit, but it does manage to make its way.
That's cool.
And it can see
was there.
where it sort of looks to where you are, because it's currently its priority target. And I'm going to spend 2 points of fate to use Arcane Buster. Its chest opens up and it fires a beam of arcane force. I need a dexterity saving throw from
This
Flo.
fucking rules, yeah.
If it misses, can it hit through the rock behind?
It might do.
It goes right through, just carves through everybody.
Short.
One.
That's not one.
That's a 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, does that hit me as well? 'Cause I'm next to.
No.
Okay.
No.
Just around the corner. That's a lot of dicey.
You are going to take 18 points of force damage.
Okay.
And you are dazed.
Okay. All right, could be
that's
worse. Could be
yeah.
worse.
And I'm going to say, I really like the idea that it carves a hole through the obsidian, blasting its way. It would go through here, but doesn't go all the way through here. But it does cut a shortcut
that's
through
sick.
here. It will be able to use that shortcut too, though.
Fair enough. I think it can plow through anything, right?
Yeah, it basically smashes its way through.
Giant transformer.
This is doing Nemesis through like Resident Evil corridors,
He
basically.
can do what the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
Smashing its way through. We go to the top of the round with Jade.
I'm just going.
Oh, my apologies. It does not create an extra barrier. However, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flow. As the chamber begins to shake, you notice the area around you, the obsidian glass around you, begins to build in orangey glow, fiery pressure, and it looks like it's about to burst in a sort of area around you.
Okay.
Not yet, but it looks like if you do not move quickly, it will do so.
Okay.
All right. So then we go to Jade.
Gonna go.
Okay.
Where,
I mean, you guys can keep running, sure.
what's your speed?
I just have a feeling that I'm gonna get there, and the key's on Kismet, so 45.
Are you dashing as well?
Ow!
So you're like
My brains.
there, and then another 45?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
As you look towards where the portal door is, Jade, you notice that the metal has reconstructed into the lotus pattern.
I will dash back because I've got step in the wind, right?
Yeah, you could spend. Yeah, you can spend a bonus action to dash again. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
45 feet. Okay.
I have no spell slots left.
We need the key.
I have a spare. I have a spare. Timothy's yelling behind. He's like, I've got one.
Okay.
All right. So that's Jade. We go to Flo. All right. You just have a move, a bonus action, or an action.
If I move, it's just gonna plow on forward.
Yeah, but if you don't move, you're going to
If I
fucking
don't move,
explode.
I'm gonna fucking die.
I mean, if you haven't picked up on it yet, it does seem to have specific targeting elements to it.
You're his
Can I
priority
speak
target.
out a turn?
Yeah.
Tensk peeks through the hole that was just made
Yeah.
and says, "Nobody attack it."
Okay, I will heed that warning. I'll move through the hole it's just
Through
made.
the new hole it's just made.
Through the new hole.
Fine, 10,
Hello!
15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, you sort of stumbling days through the corridor like, oh God. All right, that is going to be your whole turn though.
Yeah.
Flo. So we then go to good old Tim.
Let's go, Tim.
Tim's going to 5,
Come on, Tim Tam.
20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Come on, son.
He will hold the key in his hands, and because he can expeditious retreat, he's moved quicker, he will use an action to elementalism, and you see it reshape the key, but this time with frost, and it turns it into that spiked ball, and that matches the side on the side, and he throws it to you.
I drop it.
Okay, nice.
It's gone.
You're
Smash
dead.
it.
TPK.
Slam dunk.
I love us a net, right?
Tensk is going to run past the hole,
Okay.
and he's going to use his attack there to try and. Actually, no, he's not going to attack. He's going to dash with his action.
Okay.
Bonus action. Little Zest is going to attack.
So you're going to have Zest fly
Zest is
in.
going to be where the hole is.
Yeah.
And it started to do a little dent.
Did
here.
like a little dent here.
He's
yeah.
going to sit in that den
Okay.
and attack.
How can he attack with ranged? He's a moth.
He's going to attack first and then retreat
Okay, there you go.
into the den.
All right, sure. He has flyby attack. He can actually do that.
Yeah.
So he swoops in, flaps in this giant robot's face.
18.
Hits.
Okay, sweet. So that's just enough to do.
I mean, if you don't want to care about the damage, you can
Not
roll damage.
really.
But yeah, he just immediately, the construct is like, new target identified, and focuses on the moth. And then he flies back.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the idea.
Okay, perfect. After Tensk, we have Kismet.
Nice. This thing's not a person, is it? Or a humanoid?
No.
Okay. whole person. But I'll just
We need to swap those out.
yeah. I'm just gonna get going.
Sure.
Get going, get gone. So I've got 80 feet. I'll use the shortcut, yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 70, 80. I'm basically next to, yeah.
Perfect. All right. Now that's Kismet's go. The researchers at the back there will dash 60 feet.
Go on, lads.
30. Just basically where.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they're all there.
All there.
And then it is the Vault's Guardian's go.
Oh, God.
Let's see if his big beam recharges.
Beam.
Oh,
5.
it does. It does.
Yay!
We want.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm going to spend my last 2 fate points and I'm going to use my Arcane Buster again. Can I have a dexterity saving throw from poor Zest?
Yeah.
Must be quite dexterous, right?
12
Sexters.
Total?
plus
Oh,
3. 15.
not enough, I'm afraid.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Like I'm off to a flame.
Don't say that.
32 points of force damage and is dazed.
Gone.
It just evaporated. Oh no! This little cute fluffy moth!
I can replace the beast.
As
There are more!
I've got a whole egg.
Just dust.
it does, this now carves a full hole all the way through to the portal.
If it could have survived that, that would have been great.
It would have been great.
It would have had a hole.
I just rolled very high on the damage.
Yes.
Unfortunately, poor Zesk, this final sacrifice, flaps in the air. Attack me! And then this thing uses...
Slow mo.
Oh, it just charges through.
It smashes through. Right, I believe that with enough movement here, you guys are going to be able to get out and stay out of its range. So with that, you all manage to run to the door with the key in hand.
I don't think the researchers can make it.
60 feet?
No, they can't
Can
go
they not?
60 feet.
Unless they go through the hole that the thing just.
It's currently blocking it.
I don't think they can. But we don't need them.
They can't. They won't make it next turn. They won't.
Okay, so what about, but all the rest of you I think can.
And Timothy.
And Timothy can, he's got Expeditious Retreat.
Yeah,
he can get
he's
out.
gone.
What's your movement on Kismet?
40 feet, so I've got 8.
Oh, so yeah, you can get there, 'cause
I
you,
can
yeah,
go.
absolutely.
I got 90 because I've still got that.
Yeah, you can go.
You can bonus action
Yeah.
dash as normal. So yeah, all of you can get out except the researchers.
Oh God.
So you run through. Is anybody going to stay behind to try and like help them, or are you just going to leave them to
It's just
chance?
a problem of I want to be behind them when I cast this gust of wind again, but like
I don't think there's anything I can do.
but I'm just going to push them back if anything.
Yeah.
What if?
Wait, can I stand behind them, push them with the gust of wind 15 feet?
Yeah.
How much do they need?
But what if you got around to where the shortcut is and gust
They
it?
can get. They can get 5, 10, 15, 20,
Or just knock
25,
it
30,
back so that they can get in.
45, 50.
It is very strong, and he was very lucky to do it the first
Yeah.
The
time.
researchers will be about there.
So with another 15, they
So
still
5,
can't
10,
make
15,
it.
20, 25. They need.
They just need to be within 5 feet of the device, I would say.
Yeah, so think about there. 5, 10, 15. They need 20 feet to get to there.
5 feet away.
Yeah, the only other thing I can think of is if I'm stood, like Kim was saying, if I'm
Wait,
stood
can I
here
give anything
and I
to
gust
anyone?
through the
hole, the
which
beam
is
hole.
probably the shortcut it would use, right?
It depends. I don't want to say too much at this point.
I'll give it a go. Standing next to the portal, I'll gust through that
let's-
blast
I
hole.
can give one of them jump.
One.
All right. Well, let's just quickly run through it. Jade, what do you do?
Which one of you is the most useful?
Quick math, go!
The other must die.
Who's the favourite here?
Jade. What do you
Everyone, 3 straws.
I'm not gruff, so
do? You do what you want.
fuck 'em.
Yeah, sure.
I quite like Jade. That's the problem. I'd like her to maybe appear again.
Sure. Well, then do what you want.
Oh, I'm going to do it for all of them.
I'm gonna go.
Okay. Jade
I will
runs.
activate the portal.
You've got the portal, you activate it, you jump through, you are out and safe.
Fantastic.
Jade's done. Flo. You're up next.
Get gone. Get gone, get out.
I'm going to leave one of the researchers jump. Roll a dice for each one.
Okay,
I'm gonna roll-
sure.
How many are there? 3?
All of them look up at you with like
so-
these wide eyes.
I'd
like
I rolled
to
a
live.
d6.
Don't roll. I'll just pick one random.
One of them
gets jump. Sure. Yep.
No,
And then
I
I
think.
hook it.
Okay, and you're out.
Yeah.
I feel like Ree has to choose one of them.
I don't mind. I
They
roll
haven't been
for one.
introduced as different scholars.
No. All right.
5. Which one is that?
We've not established. Yes, I know. I'm trying, Kim.
There isn't.
Right. Tim is out. He goes.
Nice
you
one.
later.
Nice one. Scholarly Tim.
Scholarly
Saving his
Tim.
researchers. Fucking
Tense.
traitor. He's getting reported.
What do you do?
Tense escapes.
He just goes. Nice. He's out. Kismet.
I have to save my friendly researcher friend. I'm going to stand by the portal. Gust of wind through there. See if it pushes him back. Make a strength save. You have to beat 15.
And do this publicly.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
I will tell you what I need. I need a 8 or higher.
Oh, okay. Not bad. I'm watching.
14.
14. Okay. Well, he's not pushed back, but he is
not pushed
still
back.
slowed by the gust.
If he moves in the direction of the gust.
If he does, and he won't do that because he's.
The researchers
Yeah, it's now their turn.
to like here.
To be fair, either way he goes now,
That's
I
his
don't
movement.
think he can.
Find out. The Vault Guardian's turn. Do I recharge my beam?
Oh yeah, I forgot about the beam. he doesn't
Luckily,
get
I
his beam.
don't.
His beam is not back. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
40 feet. He is within striking range
Of a researcher.
of a researcher.
The one with jump, though.
Now. Oh, that's true. One of the ones with jump would have jumped through the portal.
Doing.
So one of the
Damn it.
researchers is safe.
The one that's in range. Okay.
I am going to roll because the nobody's attacked it, so its priority targeting defaults to its basic setting.
Itself.
It will make it makes a melee attack against anything within range, and then it makes a ranged attack against the furthest target, which is against the researcher.
Die for these scholars.
The researcher is dead. They have 4 hit points. Kismet.
Oh, so it's just a straight they're dead.
Yeah, they've got 4 hit points.
What about AC?
What?
What about AC, though? Because he just rolls a nat 1.
No, he doesn't.
A nat 1 would be an auto miss.
It would be. I didn't roll at that.
Damn it!
Against you, he rolls 18 plus 11 for 29.
18 plus a fucking 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have just. Can I reach through the portal and grab him? I don't know.
No. That is going to be 12 points of piercing damage, and you're slowed until the end of your
Can I
next turn.
counterspell it?
This isn't a spell. This is a ranged attack.
Cool. How much damage, sorry?
12
I'm
piercing
down.
damage.
But the explosion blasts me back.
One left. There's one left.
That guy's going to save me.
Well, here's the
he might
thing. So,
sacrifice.
Kismet, I need a death saving throw from you.
Come on.
2.
Chosen one.
2. So, this one researcher, here's the thing. Running away will provoke an opportunity attack.
Oh my god, it's gonna be.
There we go. Yes.
I need to roll. I need to roll a 1 to miss. I cannot miss on anything.
Oh my god.
Come on.
A 7. It's nearly a 1.
He's a fucking.
The guy goes to run. He's like, "I've got you, Wiz. I've got you. You rescue me."
But I mean, he flipped my body into the portal before he got out of range, right?
Oh my god.
What we see is, can you make 2 more death saving throw rolls?
Okay.
As the whole chamber is shaking at this point.
That's a 9. So
It's another failure.
Okay, so I'm 2 fails.
You're gonna die.
I fucking like Kismet. I like him.
I love this guy.
Come back.
change-
I want to see what Tom rolls.
I'm going to change my dice because this is it. This is divinity.
Come on, let's
This
roll.
is,
Because remember, if he rolls a 20, he's up on his turn.
that's right. Here it comes. 2 again.
There's a 2 in it. There was a 2 in it.
What is my rolling today? What is my rolling?
So,
It's just not anything above a 10 when you're not around.
so
10!
So,
God!
on the other side, as Kismet's life force is fading, Jade, you turn around, you activate the portal again, you dive through, grab the body. He is gone. However, the body is returned and perhaps can be returned to life. So Kismet may one day return. The only benefit is that the creature, no longer sensing a threat, shut down and allowed Jade to pull through and grab the body.
Why didn't it do that when it saw a researcher and a scholar who can't hit with a sword? There's no threat.
And it was following its program. It was following
threats
its instructions.
detected.
With that, sadly, two of the researchers perished in the events that took place at Frostbreach Station. Timothy Kettle Copper was removed of his position. But the adventurers return, and that is where we're going to end today's session. Running a little bit longer. A little bit longer than we normally do.
We made some.
We did great.
We made some.
You made some interesting choices.
Dice,
a lot of things.
Dice was not on our side as well.
And sometimes that's the way dice goes.
Yeah.
But we hope that you have enjoyed this little look into the world of Altheya, into some of the subclass features, into some of the enemies that you'll face, some of the places that you'll explore.
Ancestry.
A new ancestry with the Dynastians.
Yes.
But with that, thank you all very, very much. We'll see you. Thank you, Roll and Play, for sponsoring this one-shot. Go check out the Altheya Kickstarter right now. Take care, everybody.
Has reached its stretch goal of one-shots being in the book, right?
That's right. Very true. And this is one of those one-shots that will be developed and written fully out. So go and check that out.
In the room with us the whole time.
I was in the room with you all the time. But yeah, that's it. Take care, everybody. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.